Aye, aye. It's another Saturday, so it's another Racing Post Live with our sponsors. Betfair, Dave Orton, thrilled to be with you on Tingle Creek Day. Yes, Sandown, part of an 8-race coverage for you. Aintree as well, 240 with the Becher over the national fences. What a day it is. Early start, 1:15. Here we are, 11:15. It kicked off at Aintree this morning. What do you make about that? Let us know you're out there. It's an interactive show. If you are new to it, stumbling across us, welcome along. This is the best race reaction show in the business. Great panel for you this afternoon. We'll be teaching you everything about Betfair. Get involved, have some fun along the way. 1:30, we start at Aintree, the first of our races. Who have I got with me then today? Let's have a look, shall we? Charlie Poste comes back on, Racing Post brother from another mother. I love saying that.
I know, I don't really get it, but anyway.
Well, your name's Charlie Poste.
Right.
I mean, we could, depole you to racing.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'll take it.
You could be our mascot.
I'll take it. It'd be nice. We could be related, couldn't we, I suppose?
Welsh national winning jockey. Did you soar over the Aintree fences?
Yeah, I got round in the Becher, yeah.
That'll do.
Yeah.
That'll do. Never had a ride at the Tingle Creek, but you keep telling me plenty of Sandown winners. I mean, I've checked.
A few anyway, yeah.
You've had a few.
Yeah, best chase track in the country, though. Brilliant.
Without
brilliant.
question.
Yeah, for me, yeah.
All right.
Outstanding.
Brilliant. Great to have Posty with us. He'll be telling you what sort of horses you need. A few strong fancies along the way, and he's connected to a few horses as well. Natalie Green, everyone's favourite, with us
Yay!
as well. Back comes Nat into the building, pressing the buttons again.
They
obviously liked you for Betfair.
Well, last time I did it, I was like, whew, I'm happy to get through it. Been thrown under the bus again today by Posty.
Yeah.
I took one for the team and said, all right, do you know what, Posty? You're the man with all the knowledge. I will do a finger tapping on here. But I did learn a lot last time.
Yes.
On the Betfair Exchange with some really, really cool bets. So looking forward to it again today. But for me, do agree slightly, it's the railway fences for me at Sandown. And also,
beautiful, isn't it?
Probably my favourite division is 2-mile chases because it's the absolute pinnacle of a racehorse. Fast, speed, quick through the air. Oh, it's amazing. And those railway fences today, I'm excited.
And we've got a rather small but select field in one of the 2 grade ones at Sandown at 2:25. Chacun Pour Soir is over for Team Mullins. All right, now it's Barry Orr steering Natalie through when she was pressing the buttons a couple of weeks ago on Paddy Power Sunday. But he had a rather good finish to the day yesterday. That's right, we were with you on Friday. It's only the 25-1 shot. Gwen Silly Barbas. That is Ryan McCue.
Yay!
You're all right, Ryan, you're there. You're speechless.
Yeah,
He still can't believe you tipped it.
Yeah. Yeah, connection is a bit slow today. Hopefully we can come up with another few winners today. Yesterday, the last 2 races, we got it together. First few races weren't so good, so hopefully we can get off to a quicker start today. And we don't have to rely on a 25-1 winner to get us out. You're
actually on a hat trick because you put up on pylon one the last, finally pylon. Everyone piled on pylon, didn't they, in the last race that we covered on Sandown Friday as well. A sizzling day for Betfair. Barry is at the track. We will be calling the great man. He'll be paddock side for us around about 2:25 before the Tingle Creek. We'll go there. We might have a special guest lined up a little bit later on as well for you. It's going to be fun this afternoon. Let us know you're out there. Come on, let's hear if you're watching on YouTube. Like and subscribe. Of course, Facebook Live. Get it raring. What are your naps? There's a poll out there, isn't there, of course. Who wins the Tingle Creek? Is everyone going for Chacun? Or will you be going for Griantine? I don't know. Is it Nube Negra's day? We will find out. Ryan will be showcasing the functionality of the exchange, playing for charity in every single race. You don't have to. There's 8 today. Gamble safely. That's our MO here on Racing Post Live. But, of course, have some fun along the way. And we will be reacting to the races. It's also the Henry VIII. I hate Roman numerals. I keep saying this.
So do I.
For someone like you...
The 8, for someone like me, it's absolute disaster.
Why does he get a race named in his honour, Henry VIII?
Henry VIII, I am. What, as opposed to Henry IV?
There's a lot of Henrys.
Opposed to Henry?
Yeah.
Who knows anything about Henry VII?
No one, because the 8th was just a geezer, wasn't he? He was a right character.
He took it and made his own.
We could all aspire to Henry VIII, I tell you. But listen, third time lucky's in the race. He's going for the hat-trick over fences. He's considered to be the best British hope in the Arkle at the moment. Imperious, I think we can say that over his fences at Cheltenham. He comes to Sandown. Now, you know a lot about this horse. If you don't know about Posty, he's got a lot to do with young British pointers. You break them all in, don't you? You make a pretty penny on them all. And this would be the most famous of them thus far.
Yeah, he's the most famous graduate from the yard. And, he's awesome. We hold very dear. I'm a little bit nervous about today.
This is interesting.
Yeah, as in... Dan said after the last day at Cheltenham he thinks he's best fresh, and I'd agree with that. He's a real sort of keen goer, horse that races on his nerves a lot, and I think he puts a lot into his races, and I think he is better with time. And Sandown as well, I think he's all speed, this lad, and I just worry about
what's happening here. Is this because he did say after Cheltenham, look, if the ground's all right, and we do think that Sandown, while wintry sort of ground, it is riding all right. It's not hot, deep winter ground. This meeting for the last 3 years has been on heavy. I think it probably is on the dead side of good, isn't it? Sort of tiring good ground, and watching them go around in the 115. Actually,
the thing to remember is that the chase track does ride a lot better than the hurdle track. Hurdle track is on the flat course, and it does always ride a lot softer,
isn't it?
than the chase track. So
what are you worried about? You're worried that he's going to tank him into the race too far out.
I think he's one of those very good 2 mile chasers.
All Mankind won them.
I know, but he's got mid-race speed. Mid-race speed, and I just think he could be there to be got at after the back of the last.
Isn't it interesting? He's drifting, third time lucky. Paul Keeley in the scissors. It's his banker. We had Keeley on the show yesterday. He's there. Are you getting involved with third time lucky, or are you looking elsewhere? Let us know. Get your comments in. We will give you a shout out. But we've got to go to Liverpool, where the weather is contrasting to what it is in Costa del London. His proper winter has arrived at Aintree, which is music to the ears of a lot of the National Anthem fraternity. The Becher at 2:40, but right now we've got it's the 1:30. Ryan McCue, let's go to you. We have an Irish raider coming over. Gav Cromwell has done this successfully twice in the past decade, and White Pepper, all the rage.
Yeah, White Pepper strong at the head of the betting, Dave. 2.56 at the moment, so just over 6-4. There's a few Irish riders in here, and they take up 4 of the first 5 in the market. So a bit of an Irish dominance in this race, if the betting suggests that way anyway. White Pepper looks short enough to me. She was a decent enough filly on the flat. Got to the mark in the mid-80s before running out an impressive winner last time at Galway. But the one I like in the race is Calvados at the prices. I think she's a big enough price at around 12.5, but if Nat can do the honours, please, we're going to have a few quid each way on Calvados in the each way market. So if you can click on each way, and we'll have £20 each way on Calvados. I won't go too quickly on that.
Yeah, you go slow with me, you.
Yeah, brilliant. So around 12 or 11 on the exchanges on each way.
Was it 20 quid each way?
You can have 20 each way. Yeah, we'll start off with 20 quid each way. Yeah.
Grand. Okay.
She was a
Done
winner.
It now.
She was a winner on debut.
Back.
Lovely, brilliant. We're matched. She was a winner on debut in Ballinrobe, and then was beaten twice since over hurdles. But I think this better race will suit her. She's a strong enough traveller. Her jumping can be she's in room for improvement in the jumping stakes. But at the prices, I think there's not too much between the Irish contingent outside of White Pepper, so I think she represents a bit of value.
Interesting. Ryan McCue on a hat trick after yesterday's 25-1 shot pylon in the last, and he's going on, interestingly, not White Pepper to pour it on, but Calvados. Everyone loves a bit of Calvados, don't they?
My father-in-law does.
Really?
Yeah, he likes to get that
all
out.
the stories I hear, that would make sense. You had a bit of Calvados yesterday, didn't you? I imagine.
No Calvados.
You went for the good stuff, did you?
I tried because I was here today just to stay on beer. I did dabble. I had an espresso martini.
Oh yes, it's one of my favourites.
I don't know. They're becoming a bit meh, aren't they?
No.
Everywhere's doing them now. People do them in the kitchens now.
Too mainstream now.
It's very much absolutely.
Yeah, but if you want,
you come out with me, Poste.
That's what we should do before we come on air, because if you want to be on it and awake.
I'm not sure you need an espresso martini.
No, I am absolutely.
Imagine me on a Gamble.
Off espresso martinis. You do not get me off that dance floor. I'm talking 6 hours.
Until you fall asleep under the table.
I did fall asleep at a wedding, actually.
Listen, today is going to be fun. I'm telling you, we're in a rather mischievous mood. And it's great to be on planet Earth, isn't it, on Tingle Creek Day. This is just the best time of the year. And you were at Riverdance yesterday, weren't you?
Yeah.
So has that given you inspiration for the card ahead? You do like the Fav.
I do like the Fab. I mean, this is a pretty uninspiring race. How this is still a listed race, I'm not quite sure. But White Pepper, 80 plus rated on the flat.
Well, I can answer that quite quickly. It's the pattern, isn't it? I mean,
it goes on slow ground. Smart performance at Galway, and I think she's the one they all have to beat. But I mean, when you look at past winners, they don't live long in the memory. Talking about you, Midnight Gift, Chica Buena. I mean, for it to be a listed race, I know what you
mean.
surprised.
And Alan King and trainers like that try and exploit it, don't they? Stuart Edmonds always
and
does
Gavin Cromwell and a lot of these Irish, Joseph O'Brien, they're looking at that. It's a cheap way to get black tie.
Now, I thought the obvious alternative would be Malacana, but you coach Charlie Todd, don't you? Sort of mentor him a bit, believe it or not. But the Toddmeister does not like this, does he? Come on, get it out there.
Well,
you told me almost it can't win.
I said I don't like it. I've not spoke to him about it.
I said, does he fancy it? And you went, no.
Oh, I thought you meant do it.
The sidefully, beautifully sidestep there.
I mean, look, it was a decent enough run at Fakenham, wasn't it? Impressive win, and the second horse ran okay since Cheltenham, I think. You know,
he's got very strong opinions on what can't win races, by the way, Posty. And he's got one I'm going to give
but if you're Ian, I reckon you'd have been pleased with these French recruits. So they're busy enough. Remember, they jump a lot younger than ours. They can have a hard enough time. And I think Ian would have been absolutely made up for the first run over in Britain with
ground
Malacana.
might be a bit of an issue. I know it's ex-French, but it's different surface.
It's hard to get away from White Pepper. I'm for White Pepper. I think it wasn't fluent at the first jump last time. I think it was like a little bit of a work in progress, but actually she picked up the game quite quickly. She understood.
It would be a topical forecast, wouldn't it? White Pepper and Calvados. Two things that you see in,
That's quite good, actually.
Proper Delia Smith cookbook. You know, Calvados is old school, isn't it?
Yeah, it is,
Pour on the Calvados.
Yeah.
You know, and white pepper. Who cooks with white pepper these days?
Me. I know.
Right, okay. Love a bit of white pepper.
This race, they're going to be able to jump, they're going to be able to stay, and White Pepper does tick those boxes. So.
All right, we're about to find out, and you've got
fab.
the range of the tips. Let's hear from you out there. Who's going to open up the show? You can see the Ryan McCue selection there. Calvados.
Are you Malacana then?
I am Malacana because I just want. I don't know white pepper. I don't know. It's just not.
Because you're in a mischievous mood.
Well, I am in a bit of a
you?
mischievous mood today. Quite right, absolutely. Are we feeling festive? It's here we are, the Tingle Creek weekend, isn't it?
Not yet for me.
No, you've got that humbug about you. You really have. For a lovey, I thought you'd be. Nat obviously is the complete opposite.
Oh yeah, Bublé's on. House is decorated.
Bublé.
The Michael Bublé is on. Yeah. What about you, Ryan? Are you feeling festive today?
Yeah, I'm a bit like Poste. A couple more weeks and then maybe I'll get me more festive.
You can see why he's a trader at Betfair. They've got to be
Ryan, did you want to do a lucky 15 as well?
Yeah, I might actually, but what I'll do is I'll leave out Calvados in the first because this one's pretty tight. So after this race, we'll go through the Look 15. I'll throw something at it.
All right, I was just checking. No, I hadn't made a mistake so early on in the afternoon.
No, all good. After this race, we'll hopefully, I'll pick another selection and we'll add to the three I have already.
You're sort of trolling me there because we usually get that out of the way before the first, but I thought, time's on and I wanted to have a chat about, third time lucky really, mainly. So there is a multiple out there for you, don't worry. And like I say, Ryan is hot. So White Pepper, what tactics? Ryan, Calvados, John McConnell, for people that don't know, he's very successful, isn't he, on his race, often to Cheltenham?
Yeah, he sends a lot to Cheltenham in the early part of the season just to get a handle on how kind of good they are against the novices in Britain. And some of them end up back there at the festival in March. So Fred the Foot and a few of them have won in the UK, if I can remember rightly, over the summer. He's not afraid to send them anyway. He's a really capable trainer. He can train winners at Dundalk, Cheltenham. He's one of them trainers that if he has the horse to win the race, he'd send the horse there. So there's a good bit of place in here. As Posty said, it's not the strongest of races. Plenty of Irish horses looking for black type. And Calvados was only rated in the mid-50s on the flat, so she wasn't a star by no means on the flat, but she's got her act together over hurdles. And if she can pick up black type today, that'd be a really good achievement given her flat rating if she was to pick up black type over hurdles.
Interesting. Kieran Gethin's got one here for Stuart Edmonds. They often have a go at this. You remember Megan ran in this. This is the meeting as well, isn't it? Thank goodness the sun is not shining up at Aintree because this is the one where they omit the hurdles. They the owners of Megan, who ran in this for Stuart Edmonds last year, she just because there were no hurdles, she just pulled. They were livid about it.
Yeah.
They went up in lockdown and they said, "We come for a jump race." They were really upset about it. Native River takes in the many clouds at 2:05.
I would always say you should try steering a horse down to a fence with the sun blazing in your eyes and whatever else.
You're proactive for the removal of the...
I think there's fine lines, but I think...
You didn't ride in the days when they were doing that, did you?
Back in my day, they never took fences.
No, exactly.
It's so dangerous.
Maybe, I don't know, but it's jump racing, isn't it?
Anyway, we should mention Milton Harris's horses as well, because they're actually running quite well at the moment. And
you
I won't forgive myself if I don't mention her.
You love a bit of that, don't you? Mentioning Milton Harris. You've done it in the last couple of shows.
I like to follow if they're... He's just...
Under Harry Reid. I don't know a lot about Harry Reid, Posty. They're off and running, by the way.
Decent rider.
Decent rider?
Yeah, no.
God, they don't want to go, do they?
Oh, here we go. We've got another crawl and White Pepper's up there. Listen, this afternoon, if you want to ask Posty about any of the young riders coming through, get the questions in. Absolutely. We had a couple with Batchy yesterday, but I think your opinion might be a little bit more.
Yeah.
The BHA certainly seems to think so anyway. Batch was on great form yesterday, wasn't he, as usual?
God, is it windy there?
It is proper blowing a hoolie, by the way, up at Aintree. There were only 2 finishes. You probably know that if you've just tuned in and you're watching all the terrestrial races. We're your second screen experience. Get involved. We will give you the reactions through the race. And certainly if you're playing in running, it's imperative to have your exchange up and be listening to us. And right out the back, a Dosh, who can be a little bit keen. She's actually settled all right.
Considering they are crawling.
This is a walk, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, let's have a look for Calvados, Ryan's selection, just tracking her Irish compadre, along with the other Irish raider, 6 feet apart. Great to see Peter Saville, isn't it? I mean, these colours, these are classic colours. The old BHB chairman.
God, they really are going a dawdle, aren't they?
Malacana wide, which is the reservations about the ground. Charlie Todd, did you tell him to go wide?
He's done this under his own taking.
He knows you're at Riverdance yesterday.
Yeah.
Pointless ringing you before.
He's a maverick anyway. He knows, and
he is, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, but a maverick going places, of course. Something really keen out the back. We're just about to go for Ryan, but his Angel's Landing, I think, having a right old tug there. She's not enjoying it at all.
When they crawl like this, does this have a major effect on the exchange in running?
Let's find out. Let's go to Dublin.
Yeah, not too much happening, Charlie. But it'd be interesting the fact that they are 3-year-old fillies and there's a good gust of wind there. It looks that. Would you prefer to be covered up or would you prefer to be kind of loose on the lead? Like when you see White Pepper, they're going very steady. White Pepper's obviously in front, jumping fine, but I think cover might be more important than actually setting the tempo here. What do you think, Charlie?
I think like if you've got a very strong headwind, then there's no doubt having cover and some shelter from the wind is a big positive. Like you say, it's a fine line here because White Pepper's getting to hack along in front, setting her own fractions, which is a major positive too. So you're kind of looking at it's difficult to say which one would have the most benefit, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it's a bit of a flip coin, isn't it? Because she's happy there as well. She's clearly confident within herself. She's happy there. It's not like she's running out, not like she's going green into her fences.
When you've got a strong headwind on the flat, when they're going at a more even tempo, if you like, and they're actually racing pretty much from the off most of the time, front runners are disadvantaged.
Massively,
massively. Overjumps is a completely different thing. And the Fav is in front, setting her own tempo. But now, giving her a little bit of company is Calvados. When will she really start pouring it on? They're all concertinaing a little bit.
Pouring it on.
Oh, no, listen, it's all there, isn't it?
Dave.
Okay, we're on the far side. And this is the first of 8 races today. Great to have you along. Let's have a festive old time of things. Let us know where you're watching it, how you're watching it. And we are creeping over. We are what? How long until we've got 15 minutes until Third Time Lucky comes out. Then we've got Many Clouds, of course. His race, of course, to 205. What a field that is. We'll be going to the Becher. We've got the Tingle. It's all happening. A really good day to be here on RP Live. All right, get involved. Okay, who hit that? There was one out the back. Calmer. For Alan King's got a really good record in this, Alan King, but this wouldn't be one of his more obvious pokes in this. Something else catching my eye along the way as well. It might be Alumana, actually, who's just starting to warm up. But when is he going to press the button here?
I would imagine he's going to keep waiting for the straight at Aintree goes on forever, and you often see horses getting swallowed up late on. So he'll be trying his level best to kind of keep the powder dry for as long as possible, Conor McNamara. So I'd imagine for as long as he's not getting pressure, he's not going to push the button anytime soon.
It's a ridiculously long home straight, isn't it? You go to Aintree, you stand in the ring, and you look at the winning line, you're like, where are they?
Yeah,
you
it is.
need binoculars to see at a home turn, but now they are sensing success. And who is there? So Dosh has got it all to do out the back, but she's not off the bridle yet. Now the Fav kicks a little bit. Finally an injection of pace. Charlie Todd tries to cover the move on Malacana. Calvados is going well. Ryan's starting to get a little bit excited, no doubt. 6 feet under there. I'll tell you what, Calmer's going a little bit as well. All to play for then. Just one out the back that's pulling up that looks like Angel's Landing. Yeah, no good for her today. Calvados a little bit flat foot. This is the Fav, isn't it? All the way. White Pepper, she's 2-1 though. That means they must be coming in behind. What's this? C Sessions for Ross O'Sullivan, the Irish Raider. This one's coming out of nowhere. Hasn't won over hurdles yet. Could this be the big day? It's an Ireland benefit at the moment. Malacana has not picked up. That was she's walked through the last. Yeah. We've got a faller there. It was Adosh out the back. Shame to see that happen. It looks like it could be Ryan McCue. Coming to the far side. The Fav's in trouble, I think. Picking up a bit more. Look at this on the C. What have we got here? C Sessions, isn't it? In the middle. Take your pick. What's it go? Yeah, okay, really low. C Sessions all the way. Who saw that coming? Ross O'Sullivan. Second on its first 2 starts. Third time lucky for that one today. An Irish 1, 2, 3. The Fav, did that error cost it? That's the question. Ryan, you must have been getting excited. It was a good shout, mate.
Yeah, 104, the second Calvados was done at, Dave. I thought after the last that she'd hang on. C Session stayed on really well, like she did on her debut run at Punchtown when she caught the eye over hurdles. White Pepper hit as low as even money in running, and C Sessions hit as high as 150. So whatever punter got that 151 in running after the last, they were winning that home. A really good performance by C Sessions, and it's an Irish 1, 2, 3 to start our day at Aintree.
Oh, yes, indeed. Like Groundhog Day, isn't it, this? They come over, they plundered it. I don't even know who the best of the British was, unsighted.
Yeah, I mean, not a race that's going to live long in the memory, I don't think.
Probably not.
White Pepper, I think the
Rosso
mistake of the
Sullivan,
last
is that
definitely
Katie
didn't
Walsh's
help.
off?
Yeah, we can't say would she have won if she hadn't made the mistake, because obviously she wasn't travelling amazingly at that point, but you can't make a mistake like that. I mean, because like for her, the way she slipped a bit behind, that just lost her momentum, didn't it?
Momentum was gone.
Momentum was gone. And when you lost the momentum, it's very difficult to get it
They're
back.
getting through the ground on the hurdles course, aren't they? That wasn't too bad. I mean, they sort of sorted themselves out, but this is 3-year-old fillies we're talking about. We need a bit more sample, don't we, I think?
I think you are going to have to stay well there today.
Yeah.
They
Would that worry you about Protectorat in the many clouds coming up at 2:05? Who I backed him at the start of the week.
Yeah, but there's quite a few in that race, isn't there? That your stamina, like
Native
some of
River
the
will love
bets.
it, won't he?
I mean, it's kind of made for Native River, isn't it? Really.
I thought that looked hard enough, especially for little 30-year-old
Yeah, so did I, yeah. I mean,
fillies. I thought that looked. Ooh.
Like they crawled early and then
Yeah.
they lifted briefly, and then they were going up and down the spot from the back of the last.
Not a race to dwell on then, despite listed status. Congratulations to Rosso Sullivan and Johnny Burke. Really good ride there as well. Hard luck if
Yeah.
you're on the Fav, and if you went with Ryan as well, let's hope you took some each way turns. Talking about Ryan, let's get this lucky 15 out of the way, shall we, Ryan?
Yeah, we'll get it out.
Might
of the way.
take a while, Ryan.
So we're going to go to the sports book, Nat, and do £1 each way, lucky 15.
All right. Am I on it? Yeah. Yeah, I'm on it.
A bit dodgy today. Yeah. So we'll go to Protectorat first. Nat, if you could, please. I
Okay.
just have to get the time.
Let me
Protectorat is
just-
the 2:05 at Aintree.
Wait a minute. Let me just get rid of all this, because obviously I've put something in here that we don't want to do.
It's like when you do a rehearsal beforehand, isn't it? And it's still in there or whatever. You've just
Yeah, it was
teased
I was
Salty
just
Boy as well.
messing around, and I forgot to take it away. Right, Protectorat. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, 5 Aintree, and then we'll keep it at Aintree to make it easier. And in the Becher Chase at 2:40, we'll stick in Hill 16.
Yeah. Hold on.
Some shrewdies fancy that today, Ryan. Interesting run of that over the national fences.
Yeah, 10 stone. I think he's a good each way chance. And then when you have that, Nat, in the
And did you say the 240?
London,
Yeah, Hill 16.
sorry,
It's like we're climbing up
Hill
a hill at the
16
moment,
at
isn't it,
240.
Posty? Don't you be mischievous here, Posty. You've thrown that under a bus here today.
It's all right.
The
I
next
knew
at Sandown is
wow.
150.
Yeah. All right.
9 minutes away from the Grade 1
Right,
action.
go on,
Oh,
Ryan.
we've loads of time. Salty Boy then in the London
Oh,
National.
love a bit of Salty Boy. Today's his day again. We put him up in the Sussex National. Absolutely love him for Dave Bridgewater. That's...
Right. Oh, where am I going now? I've got to go.
In
Hold
the
on.
3 o'clock Sandown, Salty Boy.
Because I've not changed the.
Got to go to the.
Posty's just absolutely laughing his head off at me here. You know, he's absolutely taking.
We'll get Posty to do it next time. We'll get Posty to do it next time.
I
now.
can't
He's
remember
done it
what
before.
time
Let
it is.
me
Did you say 3
just
o'clock?
say he's made a few banana skins
I like blooming Salty Boy as well. Right.
thought
Okay,
Excel.
Ryan. Yeah.
We told you that.
And then one more, yeah. So the last one, one of the best handicap horses of the day, running in the 3:15 at Aintree, Tamar Bridge.
Yeah.
Tamar Bridge.
Yeah.
That's a
I'm on it
Posty
now.
horse.
Yeah.
Ryan, I'm on it. Sorry.
That's
I
a
didn't
Charlie
change.
postgraduate, Ryan.
Are we on Tamar Bridge?
Even better. Tamar Bridge, yeah, and a £1 each way, lucky 15.
Grand.
Please.
Look at that.
Just I'm a bit slow, but I'm learning.
Listen, this is the whole point. If you're new to all of this is what we're doing. It's one of the reasons why we did the show in the first place, was to educate people about the exchange and how to get involved.
Did I click each way?
No.
Cool.
If you just go, the reuse selections, there's reuse selections there. I just can't see that screen.
This is hilarious.
Listen, it's fine. I think they'll all win anyway, Nat. So I think we'll be all right.
No, you're all mate.
I like the
taking mick.
positivity in
If you
that,
just
rather.
keep talking, I'll try
We'll
and
do
remember
it.
and
Don't
put it
worry
on
about
again.
that. Actually, just a quick word on Tamar Bridge. He's
Don't
been
worry about
extremely well back.
Yeah.
Max McNeil and family have had their best calendar year. Due to a winner yesterday. They're trying to go for the 200. I mean, is this just looking a bit obvious, or is he a horse that's generally going forward? You have put him up today as well, haven't you?
Yeah, I have. I mean, like we broke him in at the yard.
What sort of character was he?
Very laid back, Jeremy horse, by the stallion.
Bit of a
Jeremy.
Graham Rodway type.
Yeah, I mean,
individual.
I'm not sure you poke him to wind him up. You know, as in he was.
Oh, that wouldn't
literally-
even work.
Yeah, he was a sleep
Fine.
horse. He was lovely character, and he was a bit of a slow burner at Ollie's. I think they weren't sure
More
what
of a
they
James
had
Millman.
because you know, as in it just took a while to warm him up and find out, and then you know he went and won. I think he won his bumper at Haydock. Was it first time out?
Yeah.
And
Love those sort of horses, though. You
and
know,
surprised him a bit, and he's just kept. And I
okay.
just think the mark isn't excessive at all, considering, you know, he was very impressive the last day at Wetherby, and he just could be the sort of horse that could be ahead of the handicapper. And Ollie continues to fly. I mean, the yard is absolutely
and the
on
best
fire.
handicap horse running today, says Ryan McCue. All right, talking about best things, well, Nat, she's being very studious.
I am
extremely
adamant.
you're
I'm
going to get
just
this, Nat.
work away.
I'll tell you what, whilst she's doing that, and before we preview Third Time Lucky, which we have had a little chat about, you know, pre the first race, let's give you the Christmas countdown offer, shall we? I love this music as well. Let's get it up, shall we? Now, listen, this is your chance. You've still got 2 dates to do it. The ultimate Cheltenham Festival experience for you and 3 friends. There's a helicopter. Why? Because you'll be getting transferred from a 5-star hotel. Ooh, there's the U. Plus the weekly prizes, badges and watch.
Do you get the
thrown in.
watch or not? Do we find
Yeah, we think we do. I was going to throw the content under the bus. They're going down to Rolex as we speak and getting one. You've got the 17th and 26th still to do it. If you haven't done it, I know a lot of you are involved there. Place a bet on those Fridays on the app. Boxing Day as well. You're in Boxing Day, Poste, aren't you?
I'm here, yeah.
I cannot wait for that, King George. Listen, get involved. You and 3 pals can be going to the Cheltenham Festival next March. And what an experience that will be. I was asking the guys yesterday, have you ever been on a helicopter?
I actually haven't. You were saying you went green, didn't you?
I did. I mean, I had a panic attack
I've
on the
been on
London
one.
Eye, you know. You have been on one, Nat?
I went
Mine was glass bottomed. I think that's out of order.
I went helicopter bombing in New Zealand.
Did you?
Yeah, it was absolutely incredible.
I wouldn't go swimming with sharks or anything like that.
Oh, God, no. Dreadful.
No.
Even
You
in the
would.
cage?
You would.
I think I'd get in the cage and go down there, yeah.
Look, if you don't want to get bitten by a shark, don't swim in shark-infested waters. It's a motto that has saved me.
You
Well.
live your
You
life
don't want to
by
fall
that?
over a horse. Don't go to
That's your
Aintree.
ethos to life.
Yeah, quite right. Absolutely. I've got this far, which is remarkable to some people.
Right, we're back on.
We're back on.
Right, a pound.
Lucky 15.
Lucky
Remember
15.
the each way this time, yeah.
Remember the each way, Natalie.
Look at the
Ticked.
concentration.
Placed. Yes.
Hey, there we go. I
Never
can
give
hear the
up.
round of applause from the viewers out there. All right, so that's Lucky 15. Ryan, that's done. Betfair, multiple there. And again, if you don't want to play in every single race, as I say, that is a nice way to just a little outlay for what might be a nice prize at the end of the day and gives you a bit of fun, doesn't it? Shall we talk Third Time Lucky in Henry VIII race? Ryan, let's go to you. He's been on the drift, hasn't he? But now it looks like he's coming back in. Sub 2-1.
Yeah, he's sub 2-1 now. He's just over 15 day, 2.92, Dave. I think it's a big race from today. Obviously, it's a grade 1. I just think he has to prove himself fully at this level. Obviously, he was really impressive, mostly in his jumping in the last twice at Cheltenham, which is obviously a tricky course to get around for a novice. But for me, I'm going to steer away from today. I think he just has to prove to me that he's at grade 1 level over fences. And I think Manila Drama is the play in the race for me. There's only 7 runners, so it's not the greatest each way in the race. So I'm going to back him win only. I'm going to have £20 win on him, and Nat, if you wouldn't mind, please, at around 8.8. He was unlucky enough the last day at Carlisle behind Warlord. He was running him down late. His jumping kind of cost him a little bit, but he's plenty of ability. And if he's within a couple of lengths at the last, I think Manila Drama will be coming home quickest of all. If he could just jump that little bit better and stay with them, as I said, he's plenty of ability, and he's the most interesting runner in the race for me. I think Il Radito, I think it's a quick turnaround for him, and I'd be against him. And as I said about Third Time Lucky, I just think he has to fully prove himself at grade 1 level.
Okay, so what do we do? Back him at what way?
20, yeah, 20 on the exchange, yeah, £20 win and around 8.6 now, please.
Yeah,
Okay.
if you watch the Warlord race back with him and Manila Drama, it was jumping that definitely cost Manila Drama. But I'm surprised that there's such a discrepancy in the price. I've got to be honest. I put him up on a feature show yesterday, Warlord, but I wasn't. I was expecting Third Time Lucky to be a silly price. I've got to be honest. I thought he might even go near even money. I'm not a fan of Edward Stones.
No, I'm not.
I like the horse, obviously, but these fences. I know, look, he's been around
You don't have
Warwick,
to like
right?
them all.
And he was unfortunate on his return. But 7-year-olds in this race are not for me. And Il Radito, it's interesting that Nichols is running.
Is the trend not 4 and 5-year-olds in this race?
Pretty much. Younger the better,
We've only got
absolutely.
one 4-year-old, haven't they? Everything else is 6 years old and over.
Tom Segala's put up Stolen Silver for Sam Thomas. Thinks he can cause a bit of an upset under Tristan Davis. Do Your Job, who won the Edwardstone return race when he was brought down. Nice horse. Would like any. He's underfoot, but market can't really have him. He's another 7-year-old. So I came down to those 3: Warlord, Manila Drama, and Third Time Lucky. And now at the prices, it's Third Time Lucky for me. Are you with him? Have you put him up?
Yeah, of course. I'm not going to go against.
Oh,
him.
this is heart over head
pure,
for once.
Pure Purely heart.
But this could, I mean, look, if you go back to Nube Negro, when All Mankind, when he won, did he win this race last year?
Yeah.
Oh my God, he did. If you remember, we were worried about him when we were going too hard and then being in trouble going up the hill. Harry was very clever on him. He was able to boss it a little bit. What is he going to do, Posty, tactics-wise? Because I reckon they're desperate to hold this bloke up, but you're not so sure.
I would be surprised if he's not leading after the railway fences. I mean,
Up to the famous pond fence.
To the pond fence, yeah.
Why is it called the pond fence? Just tell everyone.
I presume there's a pond up by there, is there? I don't know. I've never asked.
Never got that far.
There is.
Yeah, that's why
But
it's called the pond
he's very good
fence.
mid-race, isn't he? Third time lucky.
Yeah.
Like he's got mid-race. He has a really good pace. I've got a forecast. Third time lucky, followed by Manila Drama.
Yeah. So we can see Manila Drama
'Cause
really
you've got to-
enjoying
you
the
know,
hill,
I like
can't
to go
we?
big on one better day, and this is my forecast.
There's a story here with Brian Hughes and Donald McCain winning a Grade 1 potentially as well. It's
They're
been a
both
little while.
flying
hasn't
on these.
Can you
So
believe-
Brian's 38%, 14 days. Donald's 33.
Can you believe last Saturday when we were doing the rehearsal Betfair meeting in the Fighting Fifth, Brian Hughes had one ride.
I know.
It was a 14-1 winner. One ride.
I know.
What's going on?
Actually, it doesn't make any sense at all, does it really?
I know that Donald might have been a little bit light, but what? It's madness, isn't it?
Oh, he's a brilliant rider.
Yeah, there you go. It's really, really strange.
But even if, because that is what a hell of a graduate to say third time lucky, because I personally think this horse, we are allowed to get incredibly excited about it. Even if it's not today, look, hopefully it is, right? But like you say, it's a big race, the railway fences. If Harry's like, come on lad, let's go, we need to just see what happens.
I think he's going to pop him out.
Good, perfect, but
Here
no
we
matter
go.
what, he is so exciting.
Let's find
as a
out
horse.
then. Okay, stolen silver then. Sam Twisted Davis wants a bit of the action. Third time lucky. They're not messing him around, look.
No.
He's up there as well. Il Reduto, who last time at Newbury did me a right favour in the last. Skew whiff, there he was.
Pecked
He wants a
badly on
right
Monday.
old pace. Is he going to get it? Do your job. He's up there as well for the Scudamore. So Warlord looking on from rear. He'll like this at the moment. Edwardstone in midfield. How is he getting on? A little bit skew whiff there, wasn't he? And Manila Drama, Brian Hughes giving up the outside to no one. We're off. It's Grade 1 time in the 150. The Henry VIII I am. And he is leading Natalie Green.
Is just, for me, he's just to die for. He is a little bit exuberant. He is really giving it some jump, but I flipping love this horse. What a horse.
Have you got any more like this? Do you know,
I've
when
got-
he won
I've-
at Cheltenham, he
I've
went,
got- I've
you
got a-
should have seen the
Look at
WhatsApps
it.
he was sending me.
We got a few jets lined up.
He is
It's
just
this
a
time round.
pleasure to watch. Like I say, I mean, he's putting him there, isn't he? And
And he's able to control it. I'm amazed that
Yeah.
nothing else is trying
He's
to get
pressing
it.
him. Yeah, I
I'm
must
really
admit, I'm
surprised about
surprised
this.
from Ryan
Let's go
putting
to Ryan then as we go out onto the far side. We're about to get jiggy with the fences down there, Ryan. We're surprised he's not being taken on. Is the exchange?
BSP was 2-1 third time lucky, Dave. He's 2.2 and running 6-5. So at the moment, it looks a good move for Harry Skelton to try and make all. He's jumping really well at the moment. Edwardstone is nearest in the betting at 11-4, and the rest are all on the drift as they're held up in behind. But third time lucky, jumping really well in the front, and he's 5-4 and running.
because he is such an exuberant jumper, though, and he's like an aeroplane. Is it not maybe clever,
Yeah,
Harry?
I mean, look,
Clever
this to me
because
is
jump into.
Is this madness?
no for chasing. This is exactly what he wants to be doing.
Look at him, Dave.
He's absolutely, and he gets everything else in its comfort zone. I mean, Manila Drama has had a shocker here. He just can't cope, can he, these horses?
Look
So
at
what
him,
might pick up? That's
aeroplane.
unbelievable. He's soaring over them.
It's
Look at him, he's gone
beautiful
odds
to
on.
watch.
Can he see it up out the hill? I should say, for any of you thinking about getting on, as they come over to the railway fence, these are the railway fences.
We're jumping the water now, and then the railway fences.
Oh my God, I've still got it wrong.
All right.
They're over the water, which he's ambled over. Edwardstone is in pole position if he does fall in the hill. He did come from the point-to-point sphere, and you managed to get him beat.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. Let's not talk about it. I want to concentrate on this
Because
right
he
now.
didn't stay. He
lad.
just didn't
Oh,
stay.
that's a little bit
So
bad.
will he get up the hill? But he's getting a breathe in it. Oh no, there he goes.
Do
No
your job.
good. First to the railway fences. Do your job. He's up though, absolutely fine. Whoa! Okay, that was exuberant. Posty, what was that?
Well, Harry's asked him up for a long stride,
Lad.
and he just put down on him, as in rider-horse miscommunication.
Now,
They're back on a
It
level
happens
key.
quite a
What
lot.
price Warlord? Let's have a look at him. Ryan McCue, they're turning in. They're coming up to the world famous. It's Universal. It's the pond fence.
But we don't know why it's called the pond fence, so come on, viewers, tell us why. Ryan,
look
you
at
know
Ryan.
what-
He's-
Punters can't split them. Edwardstone is now favoured at even money, tracking third time lucky. He's going to need a jump to keep Edwardstone at bay. It looks a match in running. It looks a match in the race. Punters can't really split them at the moment. 5-4 each of 2.
Wow, okay, so let's see where we go here. Manila Drama he's talented, isn't he? Because he's coming back, but the jumping's been the problem. Up and over the pond fence, he's fiddled that one as well. Edwardstone better. Warlord, another horse that can fill his lungs. He's back in third. Right, the match is on. You can see Edwardstone going, oh, look at he's going proper low, isn't he? He's got his measure. What? Okay, we'll have a debrief in a minute. 2 out, then over we go. He's gone on. Yeah, third time lucky, absolutely falling in a hole. The debrief will be there. But Edwardstone striding on. This is a horse that was, running in Greatwood hurdles and all that sort of stuff. I didn't fancy him today. I've got it totally wrong. He's absolutely pinged it. He's loving life, isn't he? So we're going to have a 7-year-old winning the Henry VIII. Warlord running on for a modest second. I think we can say that. And third time lucky. The colours have been lowered. The debrief is about to happen. Ryan McCue, they knew after that pond fence.
Oh, tight for a second.
Yeah, I think that mistake down the back just kind of put paid the third time lucky chance. He couldn't really get into a proper rhythm again after that. 1.66, so 4-6 was the low that third time lucky hit. But Edwardstone and Tom Cannon kind of bided their time, picked it up, jumping the second last, and the race was over from there. Nothing really got into it from the back. Manila Drama will have to jump a lot better if he's to win a race at this grade. He jumped poorly, but there's definitely an engine there, so I wouldn't give up on him. The run probably came a bit too soon for Il Radito, but they made it a match about 4 fences out, and there was no match in the end as Edwardstone careered away to win really impressively.
Yes, he did, and congratulations to Alan King, Grade 1 winning.
Is this first Grade 1 for Tom Cannon?
But good shout, very possibly.
Could well be. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. All right, and he's just look, he's ridden to pick up the pieces, and it's happened, isn't he? Was it the mistake at the second railway fence?
He's been.
You think it was the hill?
He's been beat fair and square, but I just think he's also wants to be fresh. I'd be surprised if we see him before Cheltenham now.
Now, will he be kicking himself here, Dan? Do you think?
It's not really their personality to be like that. They're pretty positive, and they'll say that they pitched up and they had a go and it didn't work out. I mean, I think in hindsight, like I say, that they said at Cheltenham that they think he's better fresh. He's had 3 relatively quick runs now. I think he's also, even when he wins easy, he puts plenty into his races because he's a keen goer, horse that runs on his nerves quite a lot. And to me, this track just isn't for him. The jumping test is great, but the nature of the track, the stiff finishing, tacky ground often just isn't what he wants, I don't think.
Yeah, and he wasn't great at the pond fence.
No.
That pond fence.
No, but I'm terribly optimistic. I still wouldn't mind taking that horse home.
Well, I think everyone would be out there. But
so much to like.
They dangled the carrot, the layers, didn't they? They kept pushing him out. They were with Poste. They were a little bit nervous about it.
I didn't fancy Edwardstone, but he's run an absolute cracker.
Yeah, only 2 were ever in it seriously, weren't they? Warlord has run well, but I think we might be looking at more grand annual type thing for him. Manila Drama just... He hasn't been able to get near his old rival, so jumping the problem for him.
Edwardstone's been a lot more economical.
Yes.
Through the air, he's been more economical. He's not spent a lot of time in the air. He's got that action, and he just sort of has dug away, and then he's been able to pull clear in the closing stages. So,
but I don't think that the likes of Mullins, de Bromhead and Elliott are going to be too worried about that again, are they?
No.
And so the Brits have, unless Hendo comes out with something, or Nichols finds something, a diamond in the rough, we are looking at another championship race with a tricolor on it.
Diamond in the rough.
Do you think so? Is that what you're? Do you think so? Do you think you're in? I mean, that's a bit. That's throwing us.
Oh, what is that referring to? You and I?
I think she is.
Oh, fair enough.
And I'm telling you, everyone's nodding at the screen and saying, "Here, you are our diamond in the rough, Natalie Green." Right. All right. Let us know what you made of that. Ryan McCue, anything for the Arkle on the sportsbook before we go up for the 205 at Aintree?
10-1 from 33-1 Edwardstone from the Arkle for the Arkle. But when you say about Willie Mullins and Gordon Elliott not being too worried about that, the horse is beaten off 148 in the county hurdle at the festival last season. So it's not great when you see a horse that's beaten in a county hurdle winning a Grade 1 novice chase that easily, is it?
No, I mean he's got a really big following, this chap. I know loads of people that thought he might turn into a champion hurdler, and you've got to credit Kingy, haven't you? Because the B's wasn't his fault really, at Warwick.
No, not at all.
But the F at Market Racing, so he's turned up over fences this year as a 7-year-old rising 8. You've got to be a monster to win an Arkle as an 8-year-old.
I'd say 100%. But there's no doubt he's a likeable horse, isn't he? I mean, you can see he's gonna. Is he gonna have the class to see off and appreciate it, or Bob Ollinger or something like that? I mean,
yeah. Well, the rest, Fernie Hollow. That's the other one, isn't it?
Yeah.
We're going to find out, aren't we? The battalion of Mullins is coming out finally, aren't we?
Fernie Hollow. I am absolutely
That's the one.
all over that.
Should we have a little word about Ahoy Senor? Well done for that, by the way.
Thanks.
Because it was a little bit underwhelming, wasn't it? This is Nat's horse to follow this season. You saw him in the flesh and you were extremely impressed.
Yeah, I just happened to go on an open day up there, and it was like, no, I've got to be careful how I word that. It sounds really offensive to Lucinda because she's got such a good eye for a horse, but it was like it was a different animal. Just the way
He won his point-to-point at Kimble, didn't he?
Yeah.
Which is local to me and Poste, basically. It's only on Easter Saturdays, Kimble, isn't it? Is it Easter Saturdays?
Yeah, I mean, that time, it was actually in November when they rejigged the season, so he won early in the autumn
Well,
last
they picked
year.
him up 50 grand,
Yeah,
didn't they? And he
an
beat
absolute
Brave Man's
bargain.
game, obviously,
Yeah.
as he liked. It was deeply impressive, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Poste afterwards says he cannot win at Cheltenham. The smile on Nat Green's face says, look, he can't win at Cheltenham according to Poste.
Well, I don't mind because I've already got my 33-1 anti-post, so let's see.
Well, oh, fighting talk. That's what the viewers like. But there is a very strong reason for that. Kimble would be pretty flat,
Yeah.
wouldn't it?
I mean, Aintree...
There's a neighbouring point to ball called Kingston Blunt, which is like a roller coaster, isn't it? And Kimble is flat, isn't it?
Very, yeah.
And we're talking about Aintree. We're talking about,
Yeah, I mean, I just was saying it remains to be seen how he's going to deal with an undulating track.
But
I mean,
this is a proper horse, isn't
yeah,
it?
very
And
good.
it's true, it does remain to be seen, but
the
I'd be
Brave Man's Game form was
as
advertised.
excited about Fernie Hollow this season.
The Ahoy Senor and Fernie Hollow. Yeah, I mean, that's some squad
Can't
to
have
have,
one,
isn't it?
can you?
No, that's some squad to have. Talking about Aintree, let's go out then, because this is an absolute pearler. This is a race that can cut up. This is a race where they can get rid of the fences. Not a bit of it today. And Native River, we've seen the whirling dervish that is the rain and the wind up there, Ryan. They love him on his comeback.
Yeah, into 3-1 now in the exchange, Dave. 4.0, very well backed. Simply the Bet's another one that's attracted support this morning, 5.2, so just bigger than 4-1. It's 9-2, 5.5 Protectorate, 6.8 Imperial Aura, who's been on the drift. And interestingly enough, there's been a few quid around this morning on the sportsbook for Tiger Roll, and on the exchange too, he's around 16.0, so he's 15-1 on the exchange. It'll be some feat if he can come and win this. After all the O'Leary comments about his handicap marking, etc. But my bet in the race is going to be Protectorate. If Nat can have 25 quid win on Protectorate for me on the exchange, that'd be great. It's more of a process of elimination as to why I'm going with Protectorate here. I think Native River, first start back, he was beating the race last year. Not he missed fences, but for me, he's 11 going 12 now. He's probably getting slower. He can't get much quicker than what he is. Protectorate, the trip you could say is a slight worry, but he stays very well over 2.5 miles, just like he did at Cheltenham last time, over 2.5. So I think he might get away with the trip if they go a little bit steady like they did in the first race we seen at Aintree, the 3-year-old hurdle. So I think Protectorate can take the step forward to beat these. There's a lot of holes in the rest of the horses in my eyes. I can see Imperial Aura running a decent race, but I don't like backing horses coming off the back of a fall. So for me, it's Protectorate for Bridget Andrews and Dan Skelton.
All right, lovely. I'm with you, Ryan. At the start of the week when we did the Racing Post Live Extra, I said that was one of the bets of the week. Album Photo was still in the field then. I won't go into that. I think they forgot the ground for Album Photo and they brought over another horse, so I'm a little bit surprised he's not taking his place here, but whether he's quite fit enough yet. He goes for a gallop tomorrow at Punchestown on an unbelievable card there. Plenty of time to talk about John Durkin hopefully later on, the feature race there tomorrow. But I think you watch him back. You've got time in your members club to do it in your replays. In the Paddy Power Gold Cup, he's absolutely eating that hill. He's John Hales. John Hales only wants to buy Gold Cup and King George.
It was awesome.
It was brilliant.
Paddy Power, it was
I mean, the winner was just stopping though.
Well, he definitely idled a bit, but he second time out he's deadly. One time he's been to Aintree, he beat the Shunter.
Yeah. When
he came back to form there, I think the one worry I've got here is the conditions. Because if you're on an unknown stayer, you probably want the sounder surface really. I mean, he's fine on deep ground, but
there's going to be no
River's going to love this, isn't he?
There's loads of pace. I mean, Imperial Aura,
loads of pace.
Sam Brown. I mean, he just goes on and on, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Native River. There's not going to be any hiding place in this.
Yeah, this could just play to the speedier types, but I'm so confused in this race. So confused between Protectorate and Simply the Bets. I don't know what to do.
You went for Simply the Bets, didn't you?
I did.
Both coming from the same race. He was very exuberant.
I just thought he'd
run.
be a lot strip fitter after that challenge.
Same.
It was a good run.
Simply the Bets.
He stank in the betting, didn't he? And he ran well for a long one.
He was obvious. It kind of looked like that they were expecting him to need the run.
Yes.
As in he was very much stable, second string behind Layla, and I think the 6th actually was a bit harsh on him. I mean, he was second over the last, and he sort of weakened out in the running. It's just going to be interesting how they ride him.
Yeah.
Poste, who did you put up?
Simply the bets.
Yeah, you did.
I
All
did
right,
too.
okay. And there has been
Another
strong
question for
money
you.
from-
Why is Tiger Roll running this race?
What? Right. Do you want to read my notes? I have given
I
up
can't really
trying
read
to
that.
understand Tiger Roll's campaign.
Did you see
I'm
the quote from
finished.
James Bowen? I saw my name
Given
next
up.
to Tiger Roll, and I thought, that's cool. I'm riding Tiger Roll.
Yeah, of course, but why isn't he running the Becher?
Why
He
is
should
in the
be running in the
Becher?
Becher, right?
Like-
Do you think that we did briefly touch on this yesterday? I said, do you think they're just wrapping him up now? For they don't want to go over the national fences again, or are they just really
Then just retire him. What was
trying
the
to
point?
guess
Like,
them?
is
Is
it-
difficult, right? But
I'd have it in the beach.
it is strange.
It's
It's
boring.
strange. We think the cross country at the festival will be his last race rather than a third national. I don't know. 165. Does he want to come down the weights a little bit? You make your mind up. Oh, and Chris Teams joins the party.
Native.
Here, Chris, how did your horse get on yesterday? It was running at Sedgefield. Let me know. I saw it in the. Was he a winner? I think it might have been. Native River for me. Conditions have come right for him. Look,
you can't argue with
echoing
that.
the public.
What
He's won
happens
this
if
in
he can't dominate, though?
2019. Fences out, and it was a joke race last year, wasn't it? Lakeview lad won it on merit, of course. Lovely old boy, but fair to say, it was a nightmare last year for Native River. Nightmare for the Tizzards, of course, right from start to finish. But haven't they bounced back?
Massively, yeah. I mean, he's not going to get his own way in front, is he? And he can sulk a bit at times.
Yeah.
I just wonder if
Yes.
if they get at him early, whether he might just not fancy it.
And it's so easy to forget. Sorry, spat over the table. Protector Rats, he's only 6.
I don't think
he's a
anyone knows.
baby. He's still like, he's 6.
Yeah, exactly.
6.
Absolutely.
Seems to have been around forever, though, doesn't
Big
he?
ride for Bridge Andrews as well,
Those
isn't it?
horses, like, he just seems to have been there forever. But he's 6.
Harry, third time lucky. Nube Negra coming up.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a big moment for Bridget,
Yeah.
It's a big, huge part of their team. Like,
Yeah, she's extremely talented, isn't she?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and modest. I like that about
Well,
her.
she is shy, yeah, that's right. So Sam Brown we've got in here as well, Ryan, who seems to be coming in for money as well. Anthony Honeyball, talented, but a little bit fragile. And Imperial Aura, who looks like he's been a bit weak to me.
Yeah, very weak, Dave. Out to 9.0, 8-1 Imperial Aura. Native River still attracting support into 3.65, so just bigger than 5-2. And one that we haven't mentioned is Wishing and Hoping. I didn't think this would be a 12-1 chance come the off time. That's what he is at the moment. He's 13.0 in the exchanges. There'll be some effort if he's to win at 11 years old from Mel Rowley and Alex Edwards. I can't see it personally, but plenty of people on the exchange can see it.
Yeah. I mean, Imperial Aura can easily win this, but
Yeah.
people don't like to back horses that form last time out, including
I'm seeing
myself.
in our chat bar that Duffs, whoever Duffs is out there, got 22s last night. Elliot to make a statement
there
here with
he
Tiger Roll.
Well,
So-
he's back Tiger Roll.
Yeah. Yeah, look, people have. I mean, look, we know he on his best. He's not far off Gold Cup class, is he? So they're off and running then in the mini clouds. Good luck wherever you're playing. 2:05. We're rocking and rolling here on Macy Post Live, and Sam Brown very skew whiff at the first, and Wishing and Hoping. But Alex Edwards and Mel Rowley, we'll get us word off Posty about them. Much better knows 100 Chaser. Loads to find on the weights here today, but he's putting it up to Native River. Native River is not going to have it all his own way. Protectorate, a little bit sketchy there. Midfield at the second. Tiger Roll observing from rear. Going to be a fascinating watch this as Native River strides on. Simply the bets. I'm watching to see how keen he was because he tanked his way too much through the paddy pout. And again, he's not really dropping the bridle. Two Amigos. Oh, they didn't enter him in the Welsh National. Stout Stayer. He's out the back. Imperial Aura popping away nicely out the back as well under David Bass. They've got a point to prove. Head to head they go. Alex Edwards is saying no.
Yeah, I mean, Wishing and Hoping is a pretty one-dimensional his run style. I mean, he does this. He did this in his point-to-point and hunter chasing, and he's talented, isn't he? But I mean, it's be a struggle to see him being good enough in this. I mean, but probably if you're John Joe O'Neill Jr., you're just a little bit irritated, aren't you? Because
Well, I think so. Absolutely. Mel Rowley and Alex Edwards much better known for your sphere.
yeah, I mean,
your sphere, the hunter chasers.
yeah, Phil Rowley and Mel, the fantastic job they do, produce a lot of good horses. Ahoy Signor, of course.
Yeah.
So, and they're training their own right as well now under rules and making a good fist of it. They had a good winner yesterday.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah,
Great
I
work.
read, look, pre-race predictions, I read this. I thought Basti would have actually, he is now moving up just as Nat says it, but I think he's actually doing really well by Imperial Aura because obviously Faller last time, just saying, come on, mate, we're back on the game. Let's get into nice rhythm.
It's
'Cause
bold
Basti,
placing, isn't it,
he
to go
is
to Aintree with a horse that's not, I mean, because
Very
these
bold.
fences are
They
sticky,
take a
right?
lot of jumping.
They
out.
do. They
Like,
seem to.
You know, everyone goes on about the national track. The mile maid takes a lot of jumping.
Yeah,
Quick
talking
track
about
and
the
big
national
fences.
track, Tiger Roll is not enjoying himself, is he? He's one of the first
hello.
in trouble. I tell you what, Protectorate warming up on the inside. Let's go to Ryan McCue around the halfway stage.
7-2, Native River has drifted out to Dave. They liked him early on. He hit shorter than 2-1. I think he's into around 13-8. He's back out to 7-2. Simply the bets they're struggling to find him winning as well. He's out to 10-1. Protectorate is strong in running, along with Wishing and Hoping, who's holding his price up. And Sam Brown is a nice sitting third. He's into 4-1, having BSP at 8-1.
Yeah, he's overcome that first fence error. Very talented on his day, Sam Brown.
This is going to be a proper test.
Yeah, so
Protectorate
what are we
looks quite
thinking?
happy.
What are we thinking? Look, look, Native River
Protectorate looks
3-1.
happy.
It's got to be Protectorate.
Yeah,
And if he
for me.
stays, it couldn't be any better, this
I
tactical
mean, he's
scenario
travelled
for him.
very strong for us.
He's thanking Alex Edwards at this point, isn't he? And Bridge Andrews like, yeah, I've got it.
Yes, from a scenario, she's going to be delighted, isn't she? Like
Yeah.
strong gallop, it's enabled him to switch off well enough. She's able to ride him patiently. I mean, crikey, she doesn't want to be in any hurry even now, you know, as in he's almost, as I say that, he's lit up and he's kind of grabbed hold of the bridle and running a bit keen at this moment.
Yes, and just let him.
And it's weird, isn't it, watching Tiger Roll detached out the back? I mean, it's reminiscent to some of his earlier campaigns.
Weird, or is it just like not that great to watch?
Well, it's just weird. Imperial Law's pulling up, unfortunately. Back to the drawing board. Let's hope he's all right. He's such a talented animal. If he hadn't come down in the Betfair, I don't know, he would have had a say, wouldn't he?
I think it's quite sad to watch
Yes,
Tiger Roll just out the back, to be honest with you.
Not happy.
I just don't see the point of this.
Wasn't an absolute superstar, and we're watching him lob away.
Yeah, I mean, it's a long way to come, isn't it, from Gordon Elliot's yard to, and James Bowen's probably thinking, great, my first ride on him, and anyway. But listen, he looks like he's gone. I mean, out the back, that he does tend to come good, doesn't he? At the
Hoping has missed
New
out
Year.
there. Imperial Law, Native River's jumping great, isn't he? I
But
mean,
three are going clear. Sam Brown's dropped off, so the peloton's going. I mean, simply the bets of the back markers, if you could see it. The two amigos will just keep going, wasn't he? But at the moment, so
I
he's
think if
gone
you're
short
Bridget
again.
Andrews, right, I think you're a bit like, I wish I'd kind of not moved up when I have done.
Right.
As in,
'cause now I'm here.
yeah, she's not like we've got a
And
circuit to go.
and he wants to
and
go,
now
doesn't he?
He is tanking. Like, there's very little cover because Wishing and Hoping's dropped
Where
back.
does she go now?
She's got to just sit in behind Native River. And
Isn't this absolutely a fascinating puzzle? Ryan McCue, is the exchange going to give us any help?
7-4 now, Native River, having been weak when you last came to me. He seems to be jumping better. He got rid of Wishing and Hoping now, which is a help for him. One fell at the back of the field.
Two amigos.
Two amigos at the fall. And yeah, as Charlie said, though, Protectorate, she's there plenty soon enough. When you can see Gavin Sheehan is tracking the two of them, he looks to be making his move a little bit later than Bridget Andrews, and that might stand to simply the best. Who makes a bad mistake there? 11-8 now, Native River, and getting shorter all the time.
Because he keeps finding. And if you're watching this out and you think, how far from Protectorate? Well, he's up against one of the most dour stayers, a Gold Cup winner. Sam Brown coming back into it, as is Simply the Bet. Tell you what, it's a really good ride on Simply the Bet so far. Gavin Sheehan's just kidding him, isn't he? And he's not totally out of it, but
I was happy, and then all of a sudden I'm not again now. As Simply the
know,
Best. It's
just
quite
sort of
weird, as in.
he's not fencing well enough, is he?
Yeah.
At the
A bit
moment.
of Birch came out there.
Yeah. And now this is interesting because Native's hitting the flat spot, but we know he keeps going. So what does Bridget do on a horse that's never been over 3?
I'm surprised she's kind of gone upsides him and sort of getting racing from here personally. But I mean, look, there's no doubt right now she is travelling by far the best. It's just whether he's going to see it out, isn't it?
Okay, all right, here we go then. This is 4 out, isn't it? And I don't know. Part of me wants her to now just go, and she's done it.
I think you've got to commit.
She said,
now,
"Come on,
yes.
we're going.
Go.
You either stay or you don't." And you've got to sort of like break the determination of Native River. But will he come back? It's going to be like pudding in the home straight. What has he gone really low? Look on the exchanges there. Certainly, it's only the two. The other Simply the Bets and Sam Brown just hunting around for the places now. Okay, 3 out. Azzy over.
Go on,
absolutely flown it. John Hales will be absolutely loving
Simply the
this.
Bets.
Come on, Protectorate. What have we got? Absolutely loves Aintree, this guy. Could it be the Melling? Could it be the Gold Cup? We'll get Ryan McCue on the sportsbook after this. But he just needs to pop over these fences and it will be grade 2.
Native's tired.
Going one better again for Protectorate, whose second time out is just unbelievable. And this is, no matter how you look at it, a very, very impressive display. If he just gets over the last, what do you reckon, Poste?
Oh, I mean, like it's a really, really good performance. This, I mean, like I say, he's been keen enough throughout the race, and but he's staying the trip absolutely
Go on,
no problem.
Go on.
Like,
Look, he's a 6-year-old on the up, Dave.
Job
this
done.
is a proper horse, a 6-year-old on the up, and
Well done, Ryan McCue.
well done, Bridget.
Happy days.
Good day.
When Album Funk came out, I'm not going to lie, on Thursday, I got very excited to this. He went 13-8, and I thought, and he's drifted back out, Ryan, hasn't he? But that was impressive. We'll get the panel's view on it. We've got Barry Orr, we're hoping, coming onto the show as well. He'll give us a word before the Tingle Creek, which is coming up next to 2:25. Ryan McCue, you're back in the winners in circle.
Oh.
Yeah, great for Bridget Andrews. She seemed to enjoy that going by the line. It was good for the yard after third time. Lucky getting beaten. 1.3 Native River to short as he went. Protectorat was about 2 to 7 turning into the straight. It looked all over at that stage. All she had to do was kind of jump the last few. I'll keep you updated on what we go. I think the price is actually just filtering through to me now. 7 to 1 from 14 for the Savills Chase. I don't fancy him take it coming over to Leopardstown for that race. There'll be a Gold Cup quote coming soon. But in relation to Absolute Tard, I think Absolute Tard's in a different league to Protectorat myself. I'm interested to see what the lads think in the studio. That race fell apart in my view. I couldn't take that form on trust. 8 to 1 from 25 to 1 we are for the Ryanair on the sportsbook.
Through Irish eyes is Ryan McCue looking. I can tell you that much because I would take a very differing view for that. And they said after the Paddy Power, when we covered it on this show, I said, I think they've got this guy has to go and have a go at 3 miles. And where do you go? Do you go to an Argento? Do you go to something like that? The many clouds I don't think was mentioned. Dan actually straight away after, despite the fact they met defeat, he suggested, or I even thought John Hales, could they go to King George?
Yeah.
That might even
he's
be
not
the
entered,
offing.
is he?
But they can supplement, can't they? And it's John,
because I did just check that then. So I mean, I know. I get
all
what
he wants
Ryan's
is
saying.
King George winners.
Yeah, I get what Ryan's saying, but I think it was hard not to be impressed by that.
I mean, that's just kept going, didn't it? I mean,
he was very good. Like he was, in fairness, he was. I'm not knocking. It was a brilliant display today. But like when we're talking about future races, kind of off the back of that, I just can't see him being a proper Gold Cup contender off the back of that run.
Racing Post ratings will be the key here. Nat, what did you make of that Gold Cup winner?
Oh God! What just I thought it was mighty impressive, and like I've said it 3 times, it's 6. There's a lot going for that horse.
Yeah, and John Hales, like I said, all he wants is a Gold Cup.
And he's beaten a Gold Cup winner, so yeah.
And listen,
maybe,
he absolutely thrashed them. All right, there we go. It's Tingle Creek time next. There is a somewhat surprising BSP you can see of Betfair there. What a price he was Protectorat. I believe we can go to Sandown though, the big hitter. He's been there Friday. He's been there Saturday. Barry, are you there?
Hi, yeah, I'm here. Yeah, how are things?
We're flying.
Barry!
We're flying, Barry. Great to have you.
Oi.
Amazing. You've not sunk. You've not sunk yet.
No, I haven't sunk yet. No, all good here. Thank God the ship is sailing straight into a strong headwind, taking on Shaka Persois here at 1.74. I'm going to take him on. I've laid him in the win market, obviously. Yeah, Nubanegra, very weak, 8 to 7 to 2. Hitman, I'd say Jed Mason. He's just after cheering home Protectorat up above in Aintree, watching the race there with Dan Skelton. But seems to be well fancied Hitman. I think Paul Nichols is very positive about his chances. But Shaka Persois is going to be a sight to behold here around Sandown. Obviously off in front. Tactically, I think he's definitely going to make it. So I'm looking to take him on, though. You know that.
What did you make a Protectorat yourself there, Barry? We're looking forward to some King George. He's not entered in King George. Could get supplemented. That was a proper performance to my eye.
Cracking performance it was. He's 7 from 14 for the Savills, and I think that's where Dan has suggested that he could go next. In terms of his festival target, I think he's 8 from 25 for the Ryanair, but it'd be great to see him over at the Savills in Leopardstown. Looking forward to that as well. A lot of people thought he mightn't stay today, but he got every yard of it. That ground looks real attritional as well up in Aintree.
Talking about getting every yard of the trip, you're doing extremely well. We've still got Monday to go, man. Have you bumped into your fellow reprobates, Keely and Rodway, there?
I certainly have, yeah. That Graham Rodway, he gets places water wouldn't, I swear to God. He's the centre of attention here, that's for sure. Everyone's patting him on the back and telling him what a great fella he is.
There you go, absolutely. From one great man to another. Barry, it's been great to have you. You're taking on Shaken. I can't believe it. You got the money back offers and all that sort of thing. Everyone loving the Betfair representative there at Sandown?
Yeah, we're having a great day. It's fantastic atmosphere here, Dave. It's 12,000 people. It's packed out. And it's just, everyone's just really got the Christmas spirit now. So Christmas starts here. Let's go.
Happy days. Great to have Barry Orr. He'll be back with us next Saturday. Barry, we wish you well, and on we go. Wasn't that great? Superb. And like me and Nat, he's feeling festive. It's just you and Ryan, the humbugs. Even after a winner, Ryan, are you getting out the Santa hat yet?
If I can find one in my house, I'll take one out for the next race. If we can tip a 25 to 1 winner, I'll whip out the Santa hat.
Oh, you're not going to be doing that in the Tingle Creek, are you, Ryan?
No, there's not even a 25 to 1 chance in the Tingle Creek, Dave. No, what I'm going to go for, I might just get Nat to stick my bet on now, sure. I'm going to go Nube Negro without Shaka Persois. It's not. I struggle to find a bet in the race. I do think this bet will click. So if we can have 50, if you go into the without market Nat on the exchange, please. And we'll just have £50 on Nube Negro without, just under even money.
Literally that, 1.97, 50 quid.
Yeah, 50 quid. That's perfect. Yeah, I think it'll be straightforward in that bet myself. I can't see any other three beating Nube Negra personally. So,
I hope I've done that right. I mean, to be fair, it's not my money anyway.
That's it.
So.
Yeah, that's exactly right. That's exactly right. Cheers. That's my bet in the race.
Good one.
Love it. Okay. All right. I just want to do a bit of housekeeping. Jonathan Harding, one of our top reporters, is there on course. Okay. The Kingmaker would be next for Edwardstone, says Alan King. But he probably wants a race in between.
Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, where would you go?
Well, you could go for the Wayward Lad at Kempton, couldn't he, around Christmas?
That's why he's here.
The programme book that
That's
is
why
Charlie
he's
Post.
here.
Racing Post brother from another mother. Yeah. That could be some race, couldn't it? That Wayward Lad. They're talking about that. If you going for that.
Anything from Dan on Third Time Lucky or not?
Nothing yet. We will keep you posted on that one. I'd suggest that Protectorate was keeping him away from our reporters quite nicely, but we'll get a word on
I'd love
Third
to
Time
know what
Lucky.
he's like at home, that Edwardstone. Because like I say, he's kind of cool because he's economical and he kind of knows what he's doing. But I wonder if I'd like to know what he's like at home. I wonder if he's lazy.
You do like to get to
Call
know
up
horses,
Alan
don't
King,
you?
ask him. Yeah.
I do like to get to know them, yeah.
Inside the
Soft.
minds.
Soft.
Are we all going for Shacken here?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. Just keep it simple.
I'm
as that, shall we?
just interested. I just hope they don't ride him like they did at the festival.
Barry said that Nube Ryan was weak. Could that be on the back of Third Time Lucky? You know, it's all the recency bias, as you well mentioned yesterday. I don't know. This is a different animal, isn't it? This is a chap that who's been beaten on his one time to the track, but that was on soft ground. This is not going to be too bad for him, and he's not one that needs to commit before the final fence.
Yeah, no, Nube Negra, in fairness, Dave, he has actually been kind of strong enough in the last half an hour or so, given the money for Shacken Persois is absolutely relentless. 1.65 now on the exchange, over £500,000 matched on the market. He was available at 6-4 earlier in the week. They're taking all prices down here. He's nearly 8-13 now. He wouldn't be a play for me at that. I do think he's the best horse in the race and definitely the most likely winner, but 8-13 now, Shacken Persois, and he's only getting shorter. Grenadine, Hitman and Captain Guinness are all very, very weak. It's turned into a complete match, which a lot of people would have thought that anyway, but on betting now, it's turned into a complete match. 8-13, 7-2, they bet the two of them on the exchange.
Okay, all
I
right.
actually had a really good bet on Grenadine at Cheltenham. I think it was fourth. I think I got him each way, about 50-1, something ridiculous.
You're trolling kills
Yeah, it
there.
was one of
'cause
my
he put
good.
it-
It was one of my really good
Was it?
bets. I remember.
Yeah.
But this is different. I mean, Chacon, we know he can. Clearly, his documentary can be fragile, but when he's good, he's flipping electric, isn't he?
I'm asking John Harding,
star
but
when
talking
he's
amongst
good.
yourselves.
Yeah,
I'm trying to get the Third Time
there's no
Lucky
doubt.
thing in.
And, I mean, I just think they rode him all wrong at Cheltenham. They tried to slot him in behind. He over-raced early on, and he didn't see it out from the back of the last after
That's
looking like
a
he'd
fair
win.
point.
I think we'll see a different ride today. I'd imagine he'll go forward and he'll be very positive on him. And it's actually going to be exciting to see him round Sandown, to be honest, because like you say, when he's on it, he's electric, isn't he?
Well, it's just so exciting to watch, but then we don't be too contradictory because, like, when Nube Negra run the Schlur, I hate that race name, Schlur.
The Schlur.
That was a fantastic performance as well. But he's just taking on Chacun Poursois. It's like, wow. I mean, he's
What is a
Chacun
Schlur?
Poursois,
What is
isn't
Schlur? Is it a drink?
Yeah, it's
The
like a
drink.
cordial
Like
thing,
Calvados
isn't it?
type thing, is it?
No, like
It's a
non-alcoholic. It wouldn't be for you.
It's a Mormon's.
It wouldn't be for you.
Calvados, yeah. Schlur. Isn't Schlur the sort of thing you do with your words after you've been
Yeah,
with your
maybe that's
father?
why
you
it's
had too
quite
many
funny, though.
When you've had too many Calvados. I feel like I'm owning a Calvados today after Protectorate. That was great, wasn't it? I'll tell you what. Go on, Dan. Get him to the Savills. Get him to the Savills.
He did say that
It's
beforehand. Like
perfect.
that was the target over Christmas.
I
so,
love it.
Yeah.
And he was, listen, this is Paul Nicholls' disciple, isn't it? They know how to campaign.
Was that the race Tidal Bay one when he came in between?
Yeah, it's one of the greatest finishes. And you can throw up some funny results, the Savills, couldn't it? It's when Apolloutard, of course, sprung to Gold Cup prominence. All right, we are down. Having a look at the famous pond fence. Let's go back to Ryan McCue. Is it all just one-way traffic in the market for the mighty Shacken?
Yeah, he's holding up really strong, Dave. I don't think there's too many layers against him. Over 580,000 of the 700,000 matched is on Shacken Persois, as you'd expect. He's 1.61 now. He's not showing any signs of getting any way weak in the market. Grenadine is weak, Hitman is weak, and Captain Guinness is very weak. Now the outside of the field, Captain Guinness at 20 on the exchanges. I'd imagine he'll have plenty of supporters over at Sandown, given the Rachel Blackmore factor. But Shacken Persois, 162, 8-13, and hardening all the time.
There is a big Nube Negra fan club out there as well. I'm looking at the chats. Thanks, Ryan. There's loads of people think that he can confirm that championship. I mean, listen, let's face it. He did finish ahead of him.
He did, yeah. And you could argue he's possibly
They
unlucky
can
not
talk
to
the
win
talk
champion
either
chase.
side of it, can't they? But, you know.
It's just a good clash.
It's a great clash.
It's a great clash. It's what we all like.
The Rodway Nap runs in this as well, Greenatine. Kills has put it up in the Sizzlers. You're probably seeing that out there. Or you Kills disciples out there. 2 points. Well, that's great to hear that Rodders is getting some adulation out there. I feared for him.
Did you?
Oh, well, I'd always do. You never know what the bear's going to... I mean,
he is a lovely big bear, isn't he?
Yeah, we were talking about pitching, that we should dress him as a bear and have a segment called Poke the Bear. But we actually dress him as a bear. What sort of bear would he be? Not a polar bear, would he?
No.
A yogi.
No, a brown bear.
Yeah.
Not a grizzly.
No, like
He's
a big
not a grizzly.
brown.
Yogi?
Yeah, like a white belly
Little
on him.
boo-boo?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and like cute little hands, like not big claws.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Great stuff. Listen, it is a Grade 1 as I'm being told in my ear. Bring it back. But that is a Grade 1 performer. And that was a great segment from Barry there. He's on good form, Barry, and he could tell.
Yeah.
Love him.
He's loving it. He's loving it.
Absolutely. Loads of people taking Race Day Live to the tracks as well, on the
Newbury
mobiles.
looks great in pictures as well, doesn't he?
Yeah, listen, it's a big moment, big weekend this for Patrick Mullins. That he's won everything pretty much, hasn't he? You know what I mean? For an amateur, certainly. And
Not really
he's gonna...
an amateur, though, is he? Like,
No,
I know
of course he's not.
He's
Of course he's not. Absolutely secondary champion.
Wildly
all that sort of
talented,
stuff,
yeah.
and has won loads of Grade 1s all over the place. But he's got Allaho tomorrow as well. The market suggests might need his return against Envoy LN. Let's have a chat about John Durkin as we quieten down a little bit towards the back end of the show, of which we've got just over an hour left. We've got socials building. Keep getting them in. We'll get them towards the back of the show, I am assured. It's Becher after this. I can't pause for breath.
Coming, doesn't it?
What a day for you to be in.
Yeah, great day.
You owe me a drink after this as well. You could have done the Friday.
It's on for you.
Yeah, no, it's the Tingle. It's just great. It's great, and I've loved the social media of Tingle Creek today.
Here we go. Social up. Talking about socials. Ryan McCue selection replaced by Paul Bakewell comes on and says Patrick will make the Tingle Creek a test of stamina. 3 out of 3 right-handed. The further he goes, the better. Go on, Shakan Poursoir. And you're right, Paul, because he's kicked off. Catch me if you possibly can, says Shakan, as they go to the first. Hitman, who probably is there to ensure that the keen-going Grenadine gets a run, is over in second. He wasn't great there, Hitman. Grenadine, I'll tell you what, was actually settled all right by his own standards. I know it's early doors. Nume Negra, not too far off.
He was a little bit sticky as well.
Was he?
The first, yeah, a little bit.
Captain Guinness, who's a talented lad on his day, I thought he might go on a little bit as well, but no. They obviously know the plans, don't they, in Patrick's mind. Just get on with it. He's on the best odds. If 3 years ago, when Shakan showed what he was all about, one day we get to see him over the railway fences. This is it.
This is it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's going to be seriously exciting.
Are you a little bit surprised that Bryony is wide on Grenadine? I mean, I don't want to go into that too much, but this is a horse that needs some cover, right?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think though that what you've got though is a situation where they're all wary of just giving Shakan Poursoir too much rope, and so she's trying to make sure that she's in a position where she can manoeuvre and not let him have it too easy.
And he does run, he always runs ahead quite high, doesn't he, as well? And I don't know, that's quite frightening, Dave, sometimes if you're tucked up behind one and the horse has got, it's like, you want to know you're going to make it to the other side of the fence because you want to just sometimes get them to look a little bit.
And what sort of, that was electric. Ryan McCue then, we're 2 away from the railway fences, I think.
Yeah, very minimum change in the betting at the moment in running, Dave. I think people expected the format they're in at the moment. Shakan Poursoir stood off a mile at that last fence and jumped it really well, like he did the first in the back straight. And if he gets into a rhythm down the back straight, I think he'll go shorter than the 1.7 he is at the moment. Oh,
wow. Okay, listen, I wondered whether, having seen him in front, he might have gone even shorter. But Hitman actually is warming up to the task. But Nume Negra again a little bit sticky.
Yeah, I mean, look, I suppose you're comparing him to Shakan Poursoir, who's been electric. He just looks a little bit more sort of economical and timid with his jumping rather than spectacular.
Can you believe that on RTV they're doing split screens?
I know.
It's Grade 1. It's
I thought it was my eyes. I can't see very well.
I mean, we're watching it on that because, ITV's behind, and I know we say it's an ITV experience, but we're with you pretty much time-wise here. But this is rearing its head again. Something needs to be done about this.
But when you see Shakan jump like the way he is so far, just like Charlie said, it's hard to look at anything else because you're just like, okay, I don't know.
Ryan was a little bit dramatic.
He just needs to get into
it. A little bit Dave Orton like there from Ryan. He's learning the game.
Are we not here to be dramatic, Dave? No.
You're learning the game. You've just had the gaffer on, and all of a sudden he has just put in a short one there, though, hasn't he? Twice now. The railway fences.
3 times he has.
One of the greatest tests in jump racing. Shakan.
6-4, Shakan.
Out to 6-4, says Ryan McCue. Are you going to get involved? That's the question. Who's going to pick up the pieces? Nube on the inside, cutting every corner.
Yeah, a stalking ride from Harry Skelton, and he's very happy right now as they run down to the pond fence.
What price Ryan McCue to the pond?
5-4, now into 11-10 Shackle Persois. Captain Guinness, the back marker, 4-1. He's the one they want in running, but 5-4 as they go to the pond fence, Shackle Persois.
Yeah, because she just made a move there, Rachel, didn't she? Pulled out, give him a sight, basically. Grenadine as well. Are they sensing a defeat here? He's come up big there, Shackle. But he's in a bit of trouble, is he? He's in trouble. Wow, Shackle Persois, he's been usurped. The nickels too have gone on. I tell you what, we're trying to get Rob on after this. If Grenadine goes and wins, there's no chance of that. He will be mobbed. And he takes it up at the second last. Shackle is gone. Nube Negra gone. Oh, this is Grenadine that we've been waiting to see. Paul Nicholls will be absolutely counting him home. Has he gone too soon, guys?
G-Rod, I don't know.
No, she hasn't gone too soon.
No, are you sure?
Yeah.
Here comes Captain Guinness. Hitman filling his lungs. What a disappointment for Shackle. He's absolutely out on his feet. Okay, this is Grenadine. 101. Bryony Frost, take a bow. Frodon. Now Grenadine. Mark the name down. He has arrived on the scene. Second, it looked like it might have been a 1-2 for Nicholls with Hitman. Ryan, my goodness gracious me. It was that skew-whiff jump over the railway fences that they started to sense defeat from Shackle.
I'm just...
Yeah, 1.54 the low day for Shackle Persois. I think that mistake, although it wasn't a huge mistake, probably kind of lost his momentum after that fence and could never really recover. He's well beaten in the end. Captain Guinness hit a low of 2-1 in the run. He didn't get up for second again. I think Hitman held on for that spot. Nube Negra was never really involved either, but a brilliant training performance by Paul Nicholls to get him back to win this race. He was well beaten in the Holland Gold Cup at Exeter. Comes here off a 32-day layoff. And BSP is at 13.0, so 12-1 to win the Betfair Tingle Creek, and it's back to the drawing boards with Shackle Persois.
Is back to the drawing board indeed, and back to Ireland he goes. We've got one back on him here domestically. In all fairness, that wasn't great to watch, really, was it? He folded up really, really quickly.
It's one of those races as a spectacle you're kind of left a bit flat on.
And we wanted to see him attack the railway fence. He didn't. Let's concentrate on the winner a bit more now. The debrief will come in the members section at 6 p.m. The analysis will be done. All the quotes from the beaten horses will be there as well. No doubt Patrick will be giving a debrief to our reporters there, Lee Mottershead and John Harding. But Paul Nicholls has long said, since the beginning of October, Politolog will not go back and defend his crown. Politolog, of course, in Nicholls' yard. This is Grenadine's race, and he will need his first run back. He did that in Holden. It is a brilliant training performance because he had that is as good as I've ever seen that horse settle. And we're talking about a 5-runner field.
We don't need to go on about Paul Nicholls' brilliance as a trainer. I mean, and it just showcased itself again. I mean, he just wins Grade 1 races, doesn't he? And I mean, I'm not saying Grenadine might go and win a champion chase and be a top-notcher, but he is one of those few trainers, Paul Nicholls. He has a habit of winning Grade 1 races with horses that maybe aren't absolute Grade 1 quality animals.
Yeah, and a word for Bryony, Nat. I mean, she's given him the outside all the way. I mean, you watch him there. They're just coming towards the bottom fence now. He's still tanking these. They thought he was a 2-mile 4 horse when they got him, and he's just been too keen.
That's what I mean, though. I think she obviously... No, she's got a plan. Like I said earlier in the race, like he does run with his head up like that. I know I don't race ride, but riding out, I don't like it when you give him a bit of daylight. And I think actually she's just ridden him quite smartly.
She's come wide as well, hasn't she? Which is interesting. Well, I wonder about the ground there a little bit. I mean, Shackle's right on the inside.
This is what they're good at, this team, and she knows what she's doing, doesn't she?
Nube's run a stinker, isn't he?
Yeah.
Maybe it's the Sandown thing. Maybe he just wants to come back fresh as you like. But knowing the Skeltons, they might well go back to Kempston.
I think the two top horses that we were on about with Nube Negra and Shackle Persois, it was so they both underperformed today. So you have to be realistic. Like I know they were warm on Grenadine, that's why I backed it at Cheltenham because I know they liked
Cat amongst the pigeons. What would Shishkin have done in that race?
I mean, look, speculating.
No, what would he have done? It doesn't matter what we think.
Well, in theory, he's better than these, isn't he?
We've got Enuga Main coming out tomorrow, and Shishkin. Yeah. These are the two that might now put distance between themselves.
I think Shishkin's an exceptional horse. So, I mean, you would like to think that he'd be good enough to beat Grenadine, but then I'd have liked to have thought Shackle Persois would be too. So, it's one of those. I mean, but we need to see Shishkin, don't we? And at the moment,
the way they talk about Shackle Persois is electric in that yard. He had an away day. Apparently wasn't at his best. Kills told us on the show yesterday. He's close to Joe Chambers, the racing manager for Rich Ritchie. So there'll be a debrief there, but he didn't look. He wasn't. I mean, might have even been. He wasn't totally right there, but.
Well, he was lovely in the first part of it. The row fence didn't seem to work out, and then trying like Babe just said, he skewed then, and then that was it. That was it, done. He obviously wasn't happy then.
No, all right,
That's
okay.
horses for you. That's why
We've got to go. We've got to go to the Aintree. We've got to go to the Becher. And Ryan McCue, come on, let's get the market up for the Becher. Let us know what you thought about that. We'll get Champion Chase quotes after the Becher because we've got to give the Becher a proper preview. It's amazing scenes back over the national fences. Let's see if we can get the market up. It's all been about Snow Leopardess. I'm finding it very hard to desert her. I've got to be honest, Ryan.
Yeah, it looks plenty short though, Dave. I think now at 5.9, she's favourite at the moment. Achille, is that how you pronounce that?
Yeah, Achille.
Is 8.6, second favourite on the win market on the exchange. Chris's Dream is in there at 10.0 after Captain Guinness running a good race for the same yard in the Tingle Creek. 10.5 McTotty and 13.5 and Bigger the Rest. We're paying 6 places on the sports book to each way punters, and I'll just get Nat to do my bets quickly before we preview the race. Nat, I'm going to back 2 horses in this at big prices. I'm going to back Hill 16. So we can go to the each way market on the exchange, please. I'm going to have £15 each way on Hill 16 at around 18. Number 19 on the card. And then
How much, sorry?
15 each way, please.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. And then one at a huge price down the bottom, right down the bottom, you scroll down. Number 8, the Mandaleel at 95. If you can have 10 each way in the Mandaleel, he needs to bounce back.
Yeah.
That's 10 each way, please, on that one. I think he's around 90.
Well, that's a big price, isn't it?
Yeah. Hopefully that might win. I'll get this Christmas hat or the Santa hat. That wins.
Yeah, we all good?
Yeah, all good. 15 and 10 each way. Yeah, if you can place them, that's perfect.
Yeah, we're on.
Yeah, brilliant. So the Mandaleel, I'm taking a chance on. He pulled up last time, but he's a really good jumper. He's never fallen in his career. He's still only 8. I think there might be a little bit of juice left off the mark of 147. I think he'll take to these fences. And so he's at around 180 on the win market on the exchange. I think he's worth a small few quid. And then my main selection in the race is Hill 16 sorry, where's Hill 16 gone on my page? For Sandy Thompson. Having a second run for the Sandy Thompson yard. Does well with these types of horses.
He does.
Done well having joined Twist and Davis. He had a good seasonal run last time at Carlisle. He was only beaten 8 lengths on that occasion. He runs off 10 stone here, I think, of 136, although he is 4 pounds out of handicap. I think he'll be able to get involved. It's a really competitive race, but there's 2 at big prices that I like.
Thank you very much, Ryan McCue. Right, we're cooking with gas here as we see Bryony giving her debrief to the press at Sandown. We will go back onto the Tingle Creek, but this is the Becher. This is the national prep, isn't it?
Yeah,
this is the one.
Without
Who
doubt.
do you like? Now you're going for class here, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm going for the top weight. Chris's Dream. He's got a very good record fresh, and he unseated ultimately 4 out in the national, but I think that's up to then. It looked like he'd taken well to jump in the fences, and he was still in there pitching with every chance. And I just think he's a class horse in a race like this.
162 is Mark. I mean, he was actually going all right in the national, wasn't he, when he unseated? And the handicap has dropped him £2. John Joe O'Neill Jr., a big ride for him, and he keeps a lot of horses out the handicap. The fact we've got a runner here that could be, 162. If a horse turns up in the Gold Cup with 162, he's certainly not out of place. So Chris's Dream, and he can go well fresh. He's won some big staying handicaps in his time, and he is solid in the betting. As is Achille. Have we got that pronunciation right now?
I think it's right. I think it's Achille.
I've mugged myself off with that name many a time on the show. We're going
or is it Achille? No, it's Achille. It's Achille.
We're hoping that he sizzles though. For Charlie Deutsch, who is sizzling.
Yes.
Couldn't be going much better for old Charlie, could it?
No, he's going really good at the moment. Yeah.
Yeah. Look. First go Aintree, I don't really think that's a problem. Did a few big layoffs, hasn't he? But so have a lot of horses. He's likely racing. Is he 11?
Yeah, 11 years
He's
old,
quite an old boy, but I know Ace is not with Venetia anymore. But I mean, these horses can still put up good performances, like I say, because he is still relatively lightly raced, even at 11. Near misses in Classic, that Warwick back in January. Not a chance of winner that day. Haydock ran another cracker, was second. That was in February. So yeah, I would like to see him win because I want to get some winners on the board, Dave.
We're not the duck egg at the minute, are we?
I know. Well, no, I'm
she
not.
Gets a bit funny when she's duck egging it.
Oh, yeah, I'm really competitive. I get so furious. But I think
It's a bit
so
hot in here all of a
Leopardess,
sudden.
though, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to work out this is a perfect opportunity for Snow Leopardess.
Yeah.
I can absolutely see why it's favourite. I mean, it's just obvious, but I'm just going to try and not pick all the favourites. I don't know. I'm going to give
Well,
it a
no,
go.
look, this is a tough one, actually.
It's a very good opportunity for Snow Leopardess.
Yes, it is. And the way she jumps, you'd think she ought to take to these. Now, 9 of the last 10 Becher winners had previous experience over national fences. I mean, VIII Rouge going for a hat-trick in the race, or 3 wins in the race, I should say.
Yeah.
He obviously takes
I mean, if you're
up
getting
2 of
first 6 on the place market, like, he's a bit of a no-brainer.
VIII Rouge, you'd have to have him
VIII
in. You'd
Rouge.
have to have him
The
in.
Red Lion Roars. Did that once, obviously.
No, you're right. You cannot.
The Google stuck in my
ignore it.
mind.
How could you not have him in?
Yeah, he's
back
remarkable.
9
He's
to
actually
1.
waited to go fairly well again. Whether he can win this, obviously. I mean, over these national fences, Charlie. We now see these staying chases dominated by front runners or the leading.
Yeah,
pack.
I mean, we talked about this last
We
weekend,
did,
didn't we?
but this was always the one place where it always bore out, wasn't it?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like, you got Snow Leopardess and an attacking bowl jumper, which again, you're not always certain that that's exactly what you want round here. You know, it's some, but maybe that again has been nullified by the modifications to the fences. That it's not the jump. Certainly in times gone by, you wanted something that was a bit more economical and thought about what they were doing rather than just
You
going.
can't keep it up.
Yeah, exactly. You can't keep winging the fences around there, but there's no doubt it's changed a lot. This as a test, you know.
I mean, I like to jump hedges, but that terrifies the bejeebers out of me. You would not get me.
Sayings you only hear in the Racing Post Live studio. I love to jump hedges.
Well, I do, but
The
Even on that
commander.
grey horse you were showing
Is this
me
Commander Van Romick? Has he sort of abbreviated himself to make it easier for us? This will be a cracker. I'm on Didero Vallis each way at around 33 to 1. Ooh, yes, please. And Kate Tracy, you'll remember on Racing Post Live, she's bidding to make a double on that show because Protectorata was on my radar, if you remember rightly. Self-praise is no praise, as we know in this game, but someone's got to give it to me. That's for sure. And so we're going for a double there. Good luck to you, the commander there. Yeah,
Had a couple of goes in this, hasn't he?
Why is Hugh Nugent on this and not Charlie Deutsch?
Why?
Yeah, do you not think? I mean, is it that Achilles? You know, that's had the run, hasn't it? Achilles. I know it's 11-year-old.
Achilles a talented horse. I mean, it's you know, he's obviously been fragile, but I think he's only had about 15 runs for Venetia since he came over from France, whenever that was. You know, so like and like Nat said, with the Haydock race and the Warwick race, you know, he's got proper.
I wonder if the tip there is in itself. Yeah, because again, first time out with Venetia, no problems whatsoever.
No, and the horse are flying, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean,
soft ground.
You've got some really good horses in here, haven't you? I mean, the fact that we're not even talking about
Achilles
Topville
happens.
Ben and Lord de Manie. Really good horse.
Mac
He'll
Totty.
love the ground. And a Mac Totty, who's going for the
Again,
first
this is
ever.
a unique double, isn't it?
Yeah,
That
it is.
Not been possible before.
And he does sort of stay. You know, a lot of people think, oh, it's a 2 mile 5. I'm not sure. Hogan's Height. We spoke to Jamie Snowden, Captain Snowden, yesterday. He's in brilliant form. And he said the stars are aligning. The mark is right. He was 60% fit when he came home second of the Brits in the national.
60%.
Yeah.
Reading, Dave, just to come in, reading what the list you've read out there. Is Snow Leopardess not a ridiculous price at 9 to 2 to lay on the exchange?
She has, look, 4 to 1 is a bit mental considering we've basically just given every negative under the sun, Ryan, haven't we? But she's got a public following. She jumps for fun. She's been bred for this.
Here we go.
We're going to find out.
They're the horses to lay, Dave. The public following horses, they're the ones you want to be taking on.
We should say the big hitter got it right as well, Ryan McCue, didn't we? Shacken, sunk.
I can't imagine the adrenaline going up to that first one.
I tell you what, and Snow
Oh,
Falcon
Snow
very nearly went, but they're all over the first. I'm thrilled to tell you, and there's a bit of a go on for the leaders, you might imagine. Topville Ben, very RSA force not that long ago. Look at Mac Totty, what a position. Who's gone?
Green cap.
That was
El Paso Wood, big price.
El Paso Wood, one of the outsiders on debut for David Pipe. Quite a few in these colours. You've got Abea Mathan and Villa Doloroso as well, who ran well in the Grand Sefton Snowfolk, and put another 0 on that. Henry Brooke has got a very, very tough task on the 11-year-old. Didn't fancy it after that first flight mistake. But Snow Leopardess, no surprise to see this, is up in the van.
Yeah, she is. I mean, like you know, that's her style, isn't it? And attacking and alongside Topville Ben and Diego Vallis also up there early on, and Lord de Menil on the outside as well. I mean, he's been an honourable campaign, hasn't he? Like a lot of big wins for him around Haydock especially.
Yeah, okay, all right. So, listen, we're really getting going now in the Becher. What are you doing? Get involved in running? Messaging the hubby? Back this in running?
I am just mesmerised because I honestly...
Mesmerised by your phone.
When you walk around this...
She's actually on the app. Listen, this is a company girl we're talking about here.
Genuinely, I promise.
Yeah, so out the back as well, Raven Hill not really enjoying himself.
Chris's Dream, good start in the middle there. Bang in the middle.
You're loving
travelling
it.
Well, yeah.
All right,
very
okay.
happy.
You don't mind a horse on the outside at this point. 2A Per Me kills his hope. The grey in there as well. The other grey along with Snow Leopardess. He's taken a warming to it as well. Gold Club class. He was a few years back. Still only a young horse. Vieux-Leon Rouge, the 2-time winner at the back. Domaine de Lille is there as well. Look at Lord de Menil. He'll love the rain, won't he? That's fallen.
Massively.
He needs
Yeah.
it up deep,
Yeah.
doesn't he? Yeah, okay, all right. So over we go. Oh, Mac
Chris's
Totty's
Dream
gone.
nearly gone. Jojo sat tight.
Oh,
Sat
Mac
really
Totty has
tight.
gone. Which fence was
Achilles
that?
jumped that
Chair.
slow.
That's the chair. Oh, he's gone at the chair. Thank God Poste's here. I couldn't even tell you what a railway fence is. I do know Beechers, though, and I do know the Canal Turn. And Snow Leopardess, she has gone to the front. This is what you want to see, isn't it? Test her mettle for Charlie Longsdon. They thought she would need it at Bangor when she won. The track would be too tight. She still won. She is an absolute rocker. She's got that National Hunt Chase form as well, hasn't she?
Well, just like you say, Jack, she just jumps for fun, doesn't she?
She just keeps going.
looks-
I'm hoping
makes
she
it
keeps
look-
going. Nat Green is hoping she keeps going. Okay, all right. I'm just seeing quotes coming in for Greenatine as well. He's gone short, let me tell you, for the champion.
15 to 8. 15 to 8 Snow Leopardess. That looks crazy short to me. She's jumping well in front.
Circuit to go.
There's a long way to go. 15 to
That's
8 in a race of this nature. If I was laying her at 9 to 2 pre-race, I'd definitely be laying her and running. Although she jumped that unbelievable. I've never seen a horse jump.
Look
as
at
fast.
that. Up and over she goes. We're looking at Desi here, aren't we? This is marvellous.
I mean, that is quite something. Horse running off 140 in this, and you've compared it to Desert Orchid.
Well, look at it. It's absolutely soaring then. What's wrong with your Posty? If you can't get excited about this, you get excited about nothing.
It's a bit like you in Christmas.
Kimber, oh, listen, I'm a
I
big
think
fan.
even
This
I
is
would
the biggest
actually want
fence
to
on the
jump
track now,
one of
this
these
is.
fences
The open
on-
ditch
on
coming
Here we
this,
come, the open ditch. And how's she going to
Get on,
take this?
girl.
God, she had a look at it,
No,
didn't
'cause
she?
everything's easy.
Absolutely. She's puissance horse, this
She
is.
is.
Look at Kimberlite Candy. He's not
Milton.
enjoying it. What's this in the yellow cap?
Milton, she's like Milton.
John Whittaker on her.
Tell you, I'd go over all these fences on her. Look at her. Boom. boom.
Milton?
Milton was one of the most
Yeah.
famous show jumpers of all time.
Right, fine.
And he was grey, by the way.
John Whittaker used to ride him,
Yeah.
didn't he?
Yeah.
All right, Milton. Come on, Milton. Chris's
Come on, Snow Leopardess.
Chris's dream. I can't hear you.
Oh, Topville Ben. Oh, what a fall.
Oh, yeah, okay. That's
Topville Ben Cruncher.
Topville Ben. Oh, yeah, okay. Thank you, Dan Walsh, for
Oh,
selling me the horse I was
Vieux-Leon
looking
Rouge
for.
unseated.
Abaya de Matan. Charlie Todd riding this.
Yeah.
You've had a fiver on that, no doubt.
No.
Oh, please win.
Vieux-Leon Rouge unseated, by the way.
Oh, you're kidding.
No.
He didn't deserve that.
Oh, look at her
good
go.
jump.
What price now, Ryan McCue?
Even money,
Woohoo!
Snow Leopardess. Even money. And if she keeps jumping, I'll have egg on my face if she keeps jumping the way she's jumping. Because at the moment,
Look
she's
at her ears,
absolutely
Ryan.
winging
Look at her.
fences.
Ryan, in for a
Okay.
penny, in for a pound. Surely you just got to keep laying now.
Didiero Vallis is warming up. Achilles
Until
there.
she gets
Kimberlite
over that
Candy.
last, Charlie. Until she gets over that last.
I'm getting
I'm
ready to
not-
pelt
I'm
those
not-
eggs, Ryan
I'm
McCue.
happy with Achilles at the moment.
Now,
Let's have
okay,
fun
they've
with
got
this.
to go something. Hill 16's creeping into it, and Chris's dream.
Canal turn.
Here comes the
The
canal
camera can't
turn.
even keep up with
It's
her.
a
The
dreadful
camera can't
camera
even
angle
keep
for
up
the
with her.
canal
Yeah.
turn, isn't it?
Not a good.
They've got the watch
Chris's
going
Dream
on.
unseated.
Chris's
coming
Dream
around the bend.
unseated.
Oh, John Joe Neal Jr. 's
John
punching
Joe
the
Neal's
floor.
punched the
Yeah.
floor. He know how well he was going.
Yeah.
That's twice an unseat. Well, they think twice about the national for that chap. He's well handicapped though, still, isn't he? Clearly, because he was cruising. To a Permi not enjoying it. Right, isn't this great? This is when the war of attrition becomes serious. Didero Vallis keeps creeping, doesn't he? The two Venetia Williams runners
on.
poised to pounce. If Snow Leopardess starts to melt. Okay, Hill 16, will he climb best? He's loving this.
Let's keep
They're all
these
in there.
greys up front. Let's keep these two greys up front. We'll be happy.
Cobo
This is
Lobo.
an absolute exhibition of jumping. This is an exhibition of jumping.
It's
Hasn't touched the
check
twig.
it out, he's getting involved.
Hasn't touched it's ridiculous.
Cobo Lobo is coming into it under Robbie Dunn. That would be a story, wouldn't it? What an hour that would be for the tabloids. All right, here she comes. She's got a loose horse of company. Go on, Snow Leopardess. Let's line it up. Okay, what do we got? Check it out was a little bit slow as well. This is
Nothing else is getting
ridiculous.
into this.
This is unbelievable for the pits. Wow, we are witnessing. This is remarkable.
Go on, say your Desert Orchid line.
Yeah, come on, Desi.
Yeah.
It's snowing up at Aintree at the moment because the Leopardess is absolutely pouncing. Listen, all she's got to do is keep going. Will she do it? What price? What McCue now?
1 to 3 Snow Leopardess, and she's.
I'm the petrol's.
Hill
The
16
petrol's
is
going. Lads.
closing.
The
I'll
petrol.
tell you what,
Petrol
Hill
going.
look who's
16, yeah,
poised.
I'd agree with Charlie. I'd still be a layer. I'd still
Look
be a
at
layer.
unbelievable
Ryan, keep
scenes
going,
here on
Ryan,
Racing
keep
Post Live for
going.
the first time this afternoon. And Hill
Hill
16.
16 is coming. Here's
Oh!
Hill 16. She's walking in front. She needs a fence.
Ryan, lay her for a place as well.
She's
lay her
out
for
to
a
even
place.
money.
She needs a fence.
She's having
She
a
needs
breather.
fence.
She's
Come
not
on,
having a breather.
get that fence. This
She's
is
not
the last.
No, it's not.
Isn't it? It's 2 out, is it? Oh my goodness, it's not even the last. Come on, Hill
Go
16.
on, Hill 16.
Come on, the Snow Leopardess. You
They
can
never
keep
get
going,
the
girl.
votes right.
Achilles filling his lungs. Look at Check It Out. He's sensing it all of a sudden, isn't he? They're coming
This is
behind.
the last.
This is
Get
the
on,
last. She's
girl.
up and
She
fine. Hill
deserves
16
it.
can't answer
Come
it.
on.
He's walking. He's absolutely walking. Come on, plow
Hill
home.
16.
Keep on coming. Didiero Vallis trying to rally. Here comes the
Oh,
famous
the
elbow.
elbow. Yeah.
Come on, Aidan. For all you're worth. 2 have gone clear. Achilles and Check It Out. Looking for the minus to main Daniil, ploughing on. She's got this, doesn't
She's
she?
hanging on. She's
Woo-hoo!
hanging on.
Oh, you deserve this. Go
He
on.
wanted to lay her at 9-2. She went really short in running. Oh no, he's coming.
No.
Hill 16, the famous of finishes. Is she
Half
over
a
the
furlong
line?
left. She's
Come
gonna get
on!
Hill 16.
Come on! Come on, Snow Leopardess, don't you dare! Get that line up, I don't believe it!
He's coming.
She's got it!
She hangs on. She
Oh!
hangs on.
I think she hangs on.
Yeah.
She does not. She deserves to win that.
Stop the press! Just when you think it can't get any crazier
Put the
here on
winning-
Racing Post
Put the winning
Live.
post back now.
The cameraman
She wins.
likes
Come
it.
on.
Aidan Coleman is out on his feet. The mayor gave everything. Ryan McCue, it's on the still. Oh no!
No.
Has she
She's
just
held
held
on.
on?
Yeah.
Ryan, what's
He's
it
held
saying?
on.
Help me
He's
out here,
held on.
man.
101 Snow Leopardess in the photo. 101. She's just held on. What a performance that was.
That
William
was
Small.
absolutely brilliant. And who was it that said Gray's jump best? The Rodway monster.
I mean, she started to look a bit like one man the Gold Cup, didn't she, up the running there? As in
That was Desi.
No, it went from Desi to one man, I think. You know?
And Milton. It went all around the grave.
I'm not going to lie. That was probably one of the most exciting things I've seen in this studio. That was, I mean, look, I'm
That was
on
incredible.
her, which helps.
I
But
ain't
that
seen a horse
was, come
jump like
on,
that.
out there, let us know. Round of applause for the 2 horses. Hill 16.
I was
He
excited.
cruised. He looked cooked, didn't he? And he's filled his lungs. She's idling a bit, do you think?
No, I don't think she was idling.
That was out on the feet.
Yeah, I think she was
What are they
hanging
going to
on.
do now? Break until the National?
I mean, they're going to have a... Well, you'd need some constitution to be backing up
But
and
she
running
looked
quickly
in
after
trouble,
that.
didn't she? 2 out, and she's just kept
I
going.
think she's just tired. That's hard work to jump like that, to gallop like that.
Chucking it out there, do you think she jumps a bit big almost? Like, she must be wasting a lot of energy.
Yes.
She kind of...
Too
She
good.
went to the moon and back, didn't
Yeah.
she? She was absolutely
Too good, like-
brilliant. Charlie
You never wanna
Longston,
say that, but yeah.
congratulations. All the connections. Aidan Coleman, I spoke to him in the week, and he
That was incredible.
this was the one he was looking forward to, and you can see why. And everyone loves this mare. She's come back. She's had a foal. She's come back. This is such
it's
a
amazing.
feel good. The snow is falling at Aintree. Now you're feeling festive.
Oh, I'm right up for it now, yeah.
That's it. Get the mulled wine out when we go off the
I
show.
am gonna
Who
watch
enjoyed that?
replay
Let us know.
a few times because, like we say, her jumping is almost. I mean, just it's so incredible. That's
Absolutely.
awesome.
All right.
Awesome.
Okay, let me. All right, Ryan McCue, let's do some housekeeping if you don't mind. I'm sure that the national quotes will be pouring in. But what about Grianatine after that sizzling win in the Tingle Creek for Paul Nicholls and Bryony Frost?
Yeah, 6-1 from 12-1 for the champion chase in March. Grenadine having gone off 50-1, as Nat said, for the race last year. She's now 6-1 from 12, and a little bit bigger on the exchanges. Around 9.8, I think, on the exchange. So it'll be interesting to see if he can make that jump and do it around Cheltenham, because he's obviously very effective around Sandown Grenadine. And Snow Leopardess, we just seen win there, 25-1 first show for the national. And you won't get too many better jumpers in the field if she does line up on the day.
25s. What's
She'll
your
get in
favourite
now
at the
as well,
moment,
won't
Ryan?
she?
What's your favourite? Remind me.
I'll have to just stay with me 2 seconds.
Have a butch,
and I'll
okay.
get it.
I will have a chat
I mean,
about
she
it.
wouldn't have got in. unless she
exactly.
won today. I mean, off
A
one
marker
point.
one.
Manila Times, Galvin, and any second now, along with Run Royal Fred, are 16-1. So there's no standout. at the moment.
Any second now would be the one of those for me after that massively eye-catching run last time. You can understand why Manila Times for Henry and Rachel is fav, but 25-1. Listen, she goes up £10. She's in the race.
Yeah, do you think she'd get that much?
I'd run her over hurdles somewhere.
Yeah. But do you think
Give
she'll
her a
get
nice
10 for
prep.
today?
I think they came miles clear.
Yeah.
And
What
actually,
about Dave? What would you think early on? Sorry, what would you think? Do you know the fact she got to the front easy enough early on there? What about like a bit of a cavalry charge on better ground come April? Would that be a bit of a negative against her?
he's a sore loser, this man. He is a sore loser.
I'm just trying to justify the 25-1, Dave.
He doesn't like. He back protectorate. Listen, all the traders are Betfair. I think with the heads, you can see why, right? He's back protectorate. Rubbish. Won't beat the Irish. Okay, Snow Leopardess has just put up the best exhibition that we've seen over the national fences in many a year, and he's already finding ways to get a beat. That is remarkable, isn't it? And maybe that's because they know that 25 to 1 on the sportsbook is a bit too attractive. I am going to back her, I think, at that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the weather could be shocking in April anyway.
Well, it doesn't matter what she does. You've seen her at the Cheltenham Festival. That National Hunt chase form, by the way, Ascaria 10 will be the one coming out, won't it? That is very, very interesting indeed. That is really good form. Like Galvin, as mentioned, surely got to go for the Nationals, and he might prep in the Gold
I
Cup.
wish I'd gone to Bangor now to see it because it's like my local track. It's only about 10 minutes away.
Things you never think you're here. I wish I'd gone to Bangor. Is it your local track?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
10 minutes.
All right. The attendance at the next meeting just went up. All right. Okay. So, Ryan, all right. We've got a London National coming up. We've gone from the Becher. Thrills and spills. I need to take a breath. Have you got a money back offer for us on this London National?
Yeah, money back if your horse is second or outside. Fails to finish in the first three. You get your money back at the sportsbook and exchange in this 3 o'clock. Hopefully, though, you won't need that money back offer, and you can just back the winner. And I think we're all in agreement with Salty Boy in this day. But money back if your horse fails to finish in the first, second, and third, both on the sportsbook and the exchange. And this next race is Sandown.
Okay. All right. There we go. And what's the trade? Remind me. Where are we going?
Yeah, so Salty Boy. I think we're all in agreement with Salty Boy here for Mitch Bastian and David Bridgewater. So we're going to have £50, Nat, please, on the exchange win on Salty Boy at 6.0, so 5 to 1. There's plenty of
50?
Sorry, Nat? Yeah, 50, please. Yeah, we'll go 50 here. Yeah, we're in the groove now. It's 3 o'clock.
We're in the groove, Ryan. I'm absolutely loving it.
Okay, got you. Right, we've done that,
This is his third week in succession. He's loving
on the
life
exchange,
on the RP Live, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, on the exchange. Yeah, brilliant. Yeah, so a few of the quick reasons why I think Salty Boy will win. He stays forever. He was third in the Eider over further. The trip will be no problem. He was a really good horse for Mags Mullins back in the day. He actually beat Notebook in his maiden hurdle. I think it was around Clonmel. He's a lovely racing weight. Mitch Bastian takes off 3. I think there's so many positives to him here. It's not that deep a race when you look through them. I think Highland Hunter is probably going to be prepped for the Welsh National. Strictly a Dancer might be coming to the end of his winning run, jumping frailties last time too. So it's all about the Salty Boy here for me.
Oh yes, I think I'm more of a salty than a sweet in life. I probably am, and I love this horse. Do you remember I put him up at Fontwell? Do you remember? But he only got going in the last fence. I only got excited then. Something led a long way in that. I can't remember what it was, and he picked it up. He's still well handicapped, I think, this bloke. And I'm hoping this is the guy that takes the Bridgies back to Saturday prominence again. I just love everything about him in this. I think he's got more to offer. He could just be this Kitty's Light sort of thing. Like this, the winner of this will probably be pointed towards the finale at the end of the season. At Sandown. I think it's this sort of trial, isn't it? This is the race that Matty Batch won on Tingle Creek Day.
In
2002. It was a long time ago. He remembered it like it was literally last week.
Is that his last winner?
When was his last winner? I've not had the gumption to ask him that. That's typical Poste would do that. The great rivals, those two. All right, so listen, what wins the London National at 3 o'clock? Natalie Green, Salty Boy as well.
Yes, haven't really got a lot more to add except watching replays, which is what I like to do. I like the way he races. I thought they're a good little duo. Mitchell on board gave him a really great ride, I thought, at Fontwell, so they clearly get on well. And I just can't really look past him. I've kind of looked at the race a couple of times and I'm certainly not going to change my mind. So, Salty Boy. Great name as well, that.
Yeah, I can see the Salty Boy argument. I've gone with Highland Hunter. I mean, I know Paul said about it being a prep for the Welsh National. I just don't believe you can be that unfit.
It wouldn't be in his MO, really.
20 days before the race or 3 weeks before the big race itself. I mean, I just thought he might be a bit of a classy element in this. He ran well in the Midlands National. Extreme tests obviously suit him down to the ground, and hence why the Welsh National is his Christmas target. But I don't know. I just thought he could be one in here. Again, I don't mind top weights and handicaps either.
Right. Why is that?
Just class alter. Class.
Where
option.
would Chris's Dreamer finish there?
Well, he'd have...
Look, in your mind, I don't expect you to give an accurate answer.
I hate it when people start going, he was travelling well, wasn't he? And I don't know actually what happened. One of those classic ones around the canal turn, he obviously ducked in a bit sharp, and John Joe
wasn't happy, was he?
Well,
Livid.
He's one of those with a jockey. You're not going to be happy about that, are you?
Well, he made it that far round.
It wasn't even a jockey mistake. He just slipped off him coming around the bend. So.
Yeah, you'd be furious.
It's been some afternoon here so far on Racing Post Live. If you're just joining us, where have you been? Are you at the track watching us there as well? If so, go and find Barry. He got the Shacken right, didn't he? Absolutely loved Protector Act like I did. Keely's there, Rob Way there, they're all there. And they're going out. Everyone's back out again, aren't they? Finally, all feeling festive.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, it's great, isn't it? Christmas on the way, people on the track, big races.
London buzzing, we're in the capital, aren't we?
I'm even staying for 2 days to go and look at all the lights.
Oh, nice.
Will you do everything? You know,
Going on an open top bus.
do people, do they still exist?
I'm going on one, yeah.
Is that right?
£28.
Is
Bargain.
badly spent.
Yeah. 28 quid.
I never
but
really
you get to
understood
go at
this.
night
Why don't
in the
people
dark
just
and
get on a
stuff.
bus?
See all the lights in the dark on the top of the bus.
You could.
You not just drive around in your car.
I've got the train here.
Aye.
Oh, anyway, so if you're in London, you happen to be looking around, if you see a bewildered-looking Nat
One
Green-
person on the bus.
Yes, exactly.
In the
With a
open top
camera.
bus when it's sub-zero. In the dark.
All right.
In the dark.
Yeah.
That'll be me.
I mean, I'm not surprised we're digressing slightly because we're light-headed after the Becher. That was.
D Sabo ran well when I was here last over hurdles at
Is
Aintree.
that how we pronounce this chap?
That's what I'm going
Deisha Abba. D Sabo.
Yeah, I didn't know
Like
how
Sandown
to-
as well, doesn't he? Going
Yeah.
back to the land.
Deisha Abba.
Deisha,
Deisha.
thank you, Ryan.
Deisha Abba.
Yeah.
We now that he's not here, I can
And
say
Trevor,
this.
Trevor, I mean, like, you know, the late Trevor Hemmings, since the horse had been running phenomenal. I spoke to Mick Meager, their racing manager, and I think they're about 65% strike rate.
Are
at the
they?
moment, Yeah,
Yeah, that's
Gosh,
great.
that's
Great.
enormous.
yeah.
Still trying to work out that result in the Ladbrokes Trophy last week.
I know. Yeah.
I mean, Fiddlers gives it the substance, doesn't it? Again, where would he have finished? The remastered thing has been raging, isn't it?
I mean, like he looked like he was set to run a huge race, didn't he? I mean, and he stays well as well, so you'd have struggled to see him out of the mix, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I
And
think
like,
so.
thank goodness he's all right.
Welsh national for him?
I mean, they could take a bit of getting over that. I mean, the fall. I mean, it was a heavy tumble, but you'd have thought a test like that is going to be right up his street.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Let's hope he lives.
And
to
this
fight another
this
day
is
and
a
gets his
test,
biggie.
isn't it, now, though? This
Yeah.
stamina is going to be important.
Larry's popular, isn't he, Ryan? The course winner last time out, and he does look like he's got stamina in abundance. This chap.
Yeah, 6.2 now, Dave. Obviously, Sandown, Gary Moore and Jamie Moore, they have a really good record around this track. He's into 6.2. Strictly a Dancer is weak. And our selection, Salty Boy, is very strong, 5.3. We backed him at 6.0, so we have a profit there if we want to make that, but I think we'll hang on. Deisha Abba's a drifter out to 5.3, having been much shorter early on this morning. Salty Boy's now actually gone favourite on the exchange at 5.3, so just over 4-1. All the money laid on is for Salty Boy.
I think we're bypassing fences, by the way.
Oh, okay. The sun is blazing.
The sun is out, isn't
The
it?
sun is blaring. Anisha. And shining upon briny frost.
I feel like the pond fence had the dolls in, so.
There's going to be some headlines tomorrow, aren't there?
Yep.
As we wait for them
Yeah,
to go
you'll be
off.
good at those. You're always really good with like putting.
I write headlines. What do you mean? I'd be good at those. It's a great thing to say, isn't it? You'd be great about writing about
you
races.
I mean, you
Dave.
are really good at it. Are we off?
They are off. I'll take that as a compliment, Nat Green. Red Infantry is in here. A ride up. Did he win it last? No, he's won a big
won at
race.
Grinthorpe, didn't he?
That's it. Yes, he did. He has one at Sandown as well. He's up there. Christmas in April. Very topically named winner. And his sun is shining as well for the Tizzies. He's up there. Mighty Don, who is just so frustrating, isn't he? Because he likes to take the odd fence with him and still runs on strong at the end of his races. I can categorically state that held up in last is Larry, and he's taken a bit of a keen hold as well. Looking down in the middle, where is Deisha Abba? He's in third. Highland Hunter, Poste's pick. Nice position there.
Who calls their racehorse Larry?
It's like calling it Colin, isn't it?
They might love Curb Your Enthusiasm, Larry David. You never know. 'Cause
Larry.
That's one of my favourite programmes.
I'm trying to think if the owner has had some of the other names. I've got a feeling they might just be,
something they do.
Michael,
What one?
you know,
Dave.
Trevor,
I'd like Bob.
Dave. Has there ever been a race course called Dave? People are queuing in. You can go on the BHA website.
What's your racehorse
you know.
called, Dave?
Well, you can go on the BHA website and see what names are still available.
Yeah.
We've got Will Carey,
Yeah.
who's in the studio. When he joined the post, I caught him doing it. He was like, "What names are there out there?" And I didn't know it
There's a
existed
lot. There's a
until
lot.
that point. There are a lot of them.
You're on Highland Hunter.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's running well, isn't it?
Do you have to do that? Go
Yeah,
on the
do
BHA
that, yeah.
website and go, it's been taken.
Yeah,
That would have been a great snow leopardess, you know.
Just
third
changed the
time
Y
lucky.
to an I.
Third time lucky. Had you tried twice before?
He'd actually been. They tried to sell him twice before.
That's why he was named third time lucky.
Oh, Dave, I wasn't loving that from Salty Boy then.
Don't worry. He's a horse that does, like Kitty's
All right,
Light,
I'm gonna
who
keep
we
the
love
faith.
Kitty's Light. He does hit the odd flat
I
spot.
do like Kitty. He's a good
And Sandown, I think, is a track, unlike your Newberries, unlike your Cheltenhams, where if you are a little bit tailed coming to the pond fence, they can be walking
Okay.
up ahead of you.
So I
We
should-
see him
I should
storming
keep
like that.
my
Bet
faith, yeah?
365 Gold Cup was the epitome of that, wasn't it? When still,
I'm always learning when I come in here. So.
Yeah, I mean,
that was one of the most dramatic moments we've had in the studio here. That Bet
Yeah.
365 when Enrillo pulled himself up, Kitty's like had it, and then they got Potterman came through, didn't he?
Mitch Bastian's a rider, isn't he? That had
Yeah.
a bit of a spell in the doldrums.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
look,
Not really sure what happened there. I'm sure
it fall off and
probably
he's sort of come back again.
Probably just being a young lad, was he? I'd
I'd say
imagine.
so, maybe, yeah.
Yeah, but Evan Williams thought a great deal of him, didn't he? And then he, like you say, and then he came back in. So I'm being told to give some more commentary. If you didn't know, Red Infantry is still leading. What's this that's given up the outside to no one? Eclair de Guy.
Eclair.
That's Lucy Wadhams, isn't it? Bryony again on the outside. What else is catching my eye?
Highland Hunter's jumped very well.
Yeah, he
Has
has.
he?
He's been travelling really well as well.
When
It's
he
great.
won at Carlisle last year, I backed him that day, thinking it was, he was fairly short, I think, and he was, it looked like a race he had to win. He made hard work of it, And I just think it was a really good ride. Harry Cobden's made for this chap.
Yeah.
Because he knows, he just keeps him going, doesn't he?
Mighty
Probably
Don's
to
been a
think
bit
about.
on and off the bridle as well.
What
Like,
a surprise.
But has jumped okay up to now.
What about Strictly a Dancer? Where's this chap? This work, the new Kitty's like you might
Drop
say.
right in down the inside.
Yeah, just.
He's got to be trialling, hasn't he? Like Kitty's like for the Bet 365 Gold Cup because of what happened to Christian Williams and Connections.
Yeah.
This looks like it's a case. But they're all concertinaed. We're going in to the home straight for the final time before we get to the business
Coming round the pond
next
fence.
time around. Are we coming round the pond fence?
Yeah.
You're
Yeah,
kidding.
I think it was.
Yeah,
You said it.
they're just bypassing the pond fence.
I mean, I could be anywhere.
Do you know what
I was going to say
You're
before
the man
this
for
race?
the headlines, but course
You have a lot of
awareness
talents,
of where you
Dave.
are on the track.
I'm a race reader.
Numbers. You have a lot of talents.
There's something about calling
we're
fences that
two
I just
away,
don't
no
get
four.
right. If you want to know where we are in the race, now we're in the home straight for the
Yeah.
final time. All right, great stuff. And there's that famous second last penultimate time round. Not often you say that at Sandown, is it? Who's not looking happy here, guys?
I think it's difficult to pick anything out.
They're all going well, then.
They're all sort of travelling within
All right.
themselves at the moment.
Let's get some help from the market then, Ryan McCue.
Yeah, Daisha Abba's hardened up. BSP at 5.2. He's into just shorter than 3-1. Now 11-4, Daisha Abba. Salty boy, if you're on him, he jumped sketchy early on in Fontville before, kind of get into a rhythm late on. He's done the same here today. You're just hoping he gets into that rhythm. Strictly a Dancer, jumping issues the last day, even though he won at Haydock. And they're starting to creep into his jumping as well. He's not jumping the most fluent. But Charlie's selection, Highland Hunter, has had a lovely sit all the way through. He's jumping fluently. Him and Red Infantry are the two you take out and running. Highland Hunter is 9-2, having BSP at 10-1. So he's shortened in price considerably. But Daisha Abba remains favourite at just under 3-1.
It's a little bit surprising. Thanks, Ryan. It's a little bit surprising, isn't it, to see Brian Hughes, the quiet jockey, making, I don't know, this also obviously stays extremely well. But when you see, it's like Richard Hughes and Jamie Spencer on the flat. When you see them in front, you just feel that they're going so easily, don't you? And everything's so natural. I don't know. He might take a bit of pegging back here because he's probably just, he's not even really knowing he's in a race, is he?
And he's got the horse in a really good rhythm, isn't he? Like he's got the blinkers on, but he's
Oh,
soared
look
over
at
the cross fence
That
there.
was a
and
beautiful jump.
ears pricked, and he seems to be really enjoying himself.
Yeah, Salty Boy is on and off the bridle nap, but we know the further they go,
Yeah.
the better he will get.
Christmas
Yeah.
in April also just dropped the bridle a bit there, just been chivied along by Brendan Powell.
But
Seaston Spirit not loving life. He's sort of in between the fences. He's on and off the bridle as well. Larry not played his
Larry,
hand.
yeah, I was just going to say, just sort of the last sort of
Yeah,
three
he's not
fences,
enjoying
he's
it.
just been backing off
For a
little
course
bit.
winner, that's a bit surprising, isn't it?
Yeah.
He's just got Mitchell Bastian has just got to keep Salty Boy in the fight. That's all it's about. And again, Strictly a Dancer, Ryan said frailties in his last run, despite the fact he won. You can see these fences not ideal for him, unlike Dace Rab and Highland Hunter, who are ping, ping, ping.
Yeah, Highland Hunter's really been enjoying things, hasn't he?
But so is this going to be like a third time lucky where he capitulates, like a shack on the front runners over fences? Haven't been faring so well.
They haven't been today. I mean, like last week, being in front was definitely the place to be, whereas round Sandown today, it has not been. I don't think Red Infantry's gone too fast, though, personally. I mean, I think he's in a really good rhythm. And
This is the railway fences last time round. Hallelujah. Yeah. All right, let's see how the great Red Infantry so far has been jumping. This is the real test. Salty Boy over nicely. Even the
Highland
Mighty
Hunter
Don was
picked
over quite
badly.
well there. Who did?
Highland Hunter.
Yeah, the railway fences, they can just change the complexion.
Oi, Brian.
He's running around a little bit, isn't he?
Left there,
Daisha
yeah.
Abba followed him as well. I tell you what, Salty Boy gets his first reminder. Look at Eclair de Guy then, Bryony. And just when you're hot, aren't you? And she is carousing.
Brian's working to keep Red Infantry straight.
Salty Boy must have gone massive now, mustn't he? Because this is just, I wouldn't go 80s, but he will now start going. But have they gone away from him? It's going to be a tall order from there, by my estimation. Strictly a Dancer now warming up. This is why we love staying chases at Sandown, because there's still so far to go, isn't there? Larry warming up. Call it, Posty. You must be loving life.
I mean, look, I'm very happy with Highland Hunter. The only thing that makes me nervous is Paul saying that it is a prep run for the Welsh National. So whether he is just going to need the run slightly from as they turn into the straight.
I'll tell you what, look at Salty Boy. This is not out. He's actually going all right. He's just got a lot of roads. Look, he's cruising. Look, come on. He's storming, but he's a Claire de Guy. Look, Bryony now kicks. Takes Red Infantry's measure off the home turn. Salty Boy's absolutely steaming. What price was he? He went out to 80s. This is ridiculous. Ping it, Salty. He just put in an extra step there. He probably will get placed. But Eclair de Guy, they're walking, aren't they? Red Infantry trying to come back. Deja trying to come back. Larry's not out of it. Here comes Highland Posty. Could this be it?
This could be a good jump at the last we need.
He got it.
On,
he's out. Go on then, Harry. Posty for once.
D7,
Looks like he's going to stamp this race.
This could be it.
Is the two coming clear?
Go on, Harry.
Come on then. Come on, Highlander. He keeps finding.
Harry's
Harry's got this, hasn't he? He's
Come on, Harry.
Has he gone low? Oh, Deja sticking it out. Come on.
Go on.
He's just got it.
He's got it.
He's just got it. Salty Boy running on when it's all over, I think. Probably no better than fifth, though. He wants 10 miles, that chap, doesn't he? What a race that was.
Hang on. His head. No, D Sabba's head's down.
No. He's got it, Posty.
Funny angle.
He's got it. 2 greys we've seen taking out the last 2 marathon races.
They
jump better.
Yeah.
They do jump better.
Everyone laughed.
Everyone laughed at G-Rod when he said it. It was this weekend last year when he said it as well, because we interviewed John Ailes and he tried to get on his good side, and said, "Don't, John, I think greys do jump better, don't they?" And then someone ran the stats. I think it might have been James Palmer that was like, "Actually, it's chestnuts."
Yeah, that was some of them.
Was that the actual stat?
Yeah. If
as
you
a
were
rule,
to run
Dave,
it.
grey horses are very good.
And do you know what? I think, can anyone else hear this? I think we can go to Sandown. Another close finish, won by another grey. Do they jump better? Graham Rodway.
Yeah, they absolutely flew every fence, didn't they?
Gee, how's life at Sandown?
Yeah, Sandown is fantastic, Dave. Great to be here. Most beautiful day, and already bumped into Betfair Barry, so it's been a great day so far.
Look at that picture that's coming.
Fresh.
That is fraudulent,
Fresh,
isn't it?
How many years ago is that?
Your mugshot is up, G. I'll be having a word with the pictures library, that's for sure. Your nap won though, G, in all fairness. And Betfair Barry did come on. He laid Shaq and Bassoir like you, and he said you were getting pats on the back. What's all that about?
Yeah, what an amazing price that was, Dave. Green team drifting right out and going off 12-1, wasn't it, in the end? I'm very happy with that price. And great scenes afterwards with Bryony Frost coming back into the winner's enclosure. 3 cheers for Bryony and everything. It was a great moment.
Oh, happy days. What else have you been with? What else? There was a winner of the first Henderson's that goes for the Tolworth, didn't it? That looks good. Constitution Hill. Did you get Highland Hunter like Posty in the last there? What about Snow Leopardess?
Sadly, I didn't get Highland Hunter. No, I thought that one was a very difficult race. Very impressed with the first winner, Dave. Yeah, Constitution Hill absolutely flew past me up the running and sprinted home. Looks like a top-class horse in the making, that Constitution Hill. Certainly the most impressive winner of the day.
We've got one more to come from Sandown, G. Who are you on? The viewers are baying to know.
Yeah, I'm on Benson in the last, Dave. He obviously won the race last year. I think he's £8 higher this time. It was heavy ground last year. I think he'll be better suited by these conditions. He's got good form on decent ground. Seems to act on anything, Benson. So, yeah, he's my last player today, Benson in the last.
Lovely to know. How's Keels getting on? He was on Grantine as well.
Yeah, I saw Keels around the winner's enclosure. He was high-fiving Betfair Barry. He was high-fiving Ollie Bell, high-fiving Tony Calvin. He was having a great time. He cheered in Bryony. I've never seen him so animated, that man Keeley.
You wrap yourself up, Graham Rodway. We need you in tip-top form. I'll see you at the Derby Awards lunch on Monday, my man.
Yeah, I'll see you then.
Brilliant stuff. The big bear himself. No need to poke him today. If you're at Sandown, go and say hey. He's on Benson in the last at Sandown. You have been told. Is that our final race?
Yes.
Yeah,
No, we've got one more at Aintree, have we?
Oh, yeah, we got Aintree and then the last at Sandown.
the
Yes,
3:35
all right.
at Sandown.
Okay, we've got the 3:15 coming up, which we must go to. Well done, guys, in the gallery. Wasn't that great to have G-Rod and Barry from the track? You could hear the atmosphere there as well, couldn't you? Get a feeling.
The bar sounded busy, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. It was like...
What sort of state he's going to be in on Monday, I do not know.
He's going though now, is he? I thought he wasn't going.
He's managed to jump on the bus. Let's put it that way. Rightly so as well. All right. So listen, the 3:15 at Aintree comes up. Ryan McCue, what scenes we've had here today? You said this was the best handicapped horse running anywhere today, even after Snow Leopardess.
Yeah, well, I called that one wrong, Dave, but we'll get our money back here on Tamar Bridge. Yeah, 128 he's rated. Just to put it into context, he beat Bass Rock in March in a match race at Ayr
Good horse,
over
that.
hurdles. Yeah, rated 132 now, Nat. So I think he's probably better than that as well. Ran well in the Exchange, the Stayers Handicap Hurdle at Haydock a couple of weeks ago. And then came out and made his seasonal debut at Wetherby when he beat Storm of Light, a stable companion, by 13 lengths easily. And he came out and won a novice hurdle since. So 128 looks a gift from the handicapper to me. Going down through the race, there's nothing with the scope that Tamar Bridge has to get to 140, 145, to have that 12 pound in hand. I think Tamar Bridge does. So, Matt, if you can do the honours, please, and we'll have 50 quid win on Tamar Bridge. As I'm talking, the price keeps getting short, which is not ideal. He's now 9-4.
I'll be
he
quicker.
was 5-2. That's my fault.
No.
9-4, we're taking Tamar Bridge. Just over 9-4, 3.3. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think I've said enough about him. He's the best handicap horse, I think, that we've seen out of our 6 or 7 races. And I think he'll win.
Tamar Bridge then for Max McNeil and family. Oh, I said earlier to Poste he's having the year of years, numerically their best so far. They've got some real Escaria 10. Oh, excited about him, aren't they, for the Nationals, especially after way ahead of Snow Leopardess, wasn't he? Of course, in the National Hunt chase at the Cheltenham Festival. And you know about this chap because
We broke him in.
Yeah.
Tamar Bridge, yeah. Like he
the
was
lazy, laid back.
Yeah.
Everyone
Incredible.
should aspire to be Tamar Bridge.
They should indeed, yeah. I mean, certainly from our point of view, it makes life very easy because he was
was gonna say, it's what
really
you want, isn't it?
amenable.
Is he a big horse?
Yeah, he's a big, strong
Obviously
lad.
made for fences then.
Yeah. I mean, he's the sort of
Are
typical
they laid
cliche.
back, Jeremy's?
Pardon?
Are they laid back?
I mean, certainly, I suppose the ones that we've had have always been good temperament
Yeah.
horses. So yeah, I would say they probably are. But yeah, I mean, he's going to be a staying chaser in the making. But he's taken very, very well to hurdling, hasn't he? And he's my pick as well. I mean, Storm of Light is another horse that we broke in, and he beat him the last day, and then Storm of Light came out and won. So
Advert after advert here, isn't it? I don't know why we're paying him really. It's remarkable, isn't it?
I'm also Tamar Bridge, I'm afraid. Sorry
Yeah.
to not really bring anything a bit differently, but
It does look rather
Ollie-
obvious, doesn't it?
Well, you know, I always like to watch this bit, but you know, he's a good form, 39% last 14 days. It does look a bit obvious, but I've thought that in a couple of races today and been wrong, so I'm not going to be too bolshy. Gosh, try not to swear then. Not or say something rude. Bolshy, that's fine, isn't it?
I think that goes past the disclaimer. Disclaimer? Disclaimer. I fell into the trap a little bit there.
No, because I was going to just say, because, you know, what the public think as well, in their opinion, but also I was on a cheeky look at Midnight River.
He is interesting.
Yes.
He hasn't taken offences, has he?
no.
No,
That's fair to say. But it's whether a marker 138 might be a bit hard.
but I
for him.
wouldn't go.
Strawfan Jack is quite interesting. Pounding Poet is quite interesting, but I came down and I'm going to be the party pooper for Tamar Bridge fans. I thought Catson was quite interesting here. Cateson, however you say it, for Alistair Ralph. Used to be with Tom Lacey and won this race at the
Yeah,
same
likes
mark.
it here, yeah.
Second
Yeah.
run for Alistair Ralph.
And
isn't
it's
it?
all that first run. This surely, if you're Alistair Ralph, it's the same owners. You're saying, look, we're getting ready for the race again at Aintree, and he won't mind things. I think he won it when there were hurdles omitted and things like that. But he's a good jumper. He ran in a cello, didn't he? I think Catson,
Yes.
didn't he? Yeah, he was thought to be a very good horse back in his day. So he'll do for me at a bit of a price. But I concede Tamar Bridge does look rather obvious. The Commander comes back on. Didero Vallis ran all right, didn't he, Commander? If ever there was a time to back Ballyandy.
Yeah, that's an interesting one. I thought that.
Yes,
And
obviously
Finn
an easier
Lambert-
mission.
Finn Lambert taking 10 off as well. He's running off
Captain
130 now.
What do we know about the rider?
It's
Finn, he had a winner during the week. You know, he rode a bit of point to point in. You know, typical Nigel Tristan Davis. They give plenty of chances to the young riders in the yard. And,
Yeah, they do.
And yeah, Finn's another one coming through. You know, after Jordan Naylor, Zach Baker, all of those sort of guys.
taking 10 off is.
Yeah.
But you
Decent.
sense, Ryan, that this
What?
is a pivotal horse for punters out there today. Obviously, Tamar Bridge.
Yeah, we're getting late in the day. I said there's a lot of punters that might have saved their money until now. As we talked about, he looks very, very obvious given the handicap mark he's got given at around 128. When you see the likes of Midnight River, who in fairness is a really likeable horse, didn't take the chases the last time, but he's coming off the back of a couple of falls now. He's third favourite, fourth favourite in the race on the Exchange. And that'll kind of tell its own story about what the rest of them are like in the race. He's coming off the back of 2 falls. So he's going to go off around 9-4 in the Exchange, Tamar Bridge. And I'll say this will determine a lot of people's day.
Okay, all right. The best handicapped horse in training, says Ryan McCue. Poste's like, it's usually me who fits up. And I'm delighted to see Catterson being rousted into the lead there by Nick Schofield, who's having a good time. In fact,
And a
blimey.
reminder as well.
Wow,
Yeah.
did you ever see that? A reminder before the first?
It's not a good sign, that, I don't think. It normally means that, you're feeling a horse maybe isn't
Well,
giving its
the
all.
Exchange not bothered because he's out in front. Look. I don't know. You don't often see that out there, viewers, do you? Okay, let's go down. And Straw Fan Jack, who likes to get on with it and likes it here for Sheila Lewis. Aidan Coleman, hot off the back of Snow Leopardess success. If you want to know all the quotes, of course, don't forget you can get them in your members club. They will be filtering through now. I've seen the headlines for Bryony as well, of course. A tumultuous week. She said, I can hardly speak. You'll get all that. Lee Motta said the best person to be there for us today. All right, let's go back to this race at Aintree then. Where's the Fav? Where's Tamar Bridge, Charlie Post?
Midway, one off the inside rail, tracking Ballyandy through in sixth. Winnings, everything's been a bit keen for the early stages for Johnny Burke. And Cateson continues to take him on. Straw Fan Jack up there as well.
Yeah, Martinel's quite an interesting horse. He was due to run at Cheltenham. He's been weak in the betting here, but keep an eye on Martinel for the pipes. Elvis Mail right out the back. I know those colours anywhere.
Yeah.
Albert's back out the back as well, as is Midnight River, a horse that you thought might have a say, Natalie Green.
I did, but it's out. It's there, isn't it? I don't know. It's a bit hard to read this at the moment. I don't know why is that grade right up the front. I don't know what's done wrong, and it got a bit of a telling off. And then the rest
It got
sort of bunched together.
telling off.
It did get a bit of a telling off, didn't it?
Is that what you horsey people would say?
Well, yeah, it was just a bit like,
tell
oh,
the thing
come on.
off.
It was like it wasn't concentrating.
I just wondered if maybe, like at home or whatever, they thought that Cateson's been a bit lacklustre. It
Yeah,
seemed
not
that Nick
wanting to
Schofield
go.
was
I don't know what
very
schools
much...
you went to, but all the Liberals are out there probably thinking to themselves, let's quietly sit him down and have a nice word with him. Nick Schofield says, not a bother. We're going on with it. And to be fair, he totally responded.
Winning is everything settled a bit better now.
Yeah, and
Looks
she
much more
is
relaxed.
a bit of a buzzy mare. Yeah, all right. She's still, well, Ballyandy for the commander out there in fifth as well. On the inside, Storm Nelson in the Hill 16 colours. If you're on Hill 16 like Ryan McCue, still galling, reeling.
Was it Ryan that was
on
about
that one,
Storm
aren't you?
Nelson? Because, Sandy is particularly good with these type of horses, isn't he? Sandy Thompson based right far up in the north, and Ryan Menny has been in good form, obviously.
What sort of character is he, Sandy Thompson?
Oh, he's fantastic. Oh, he's lovely.
Yeah.
Oh, he's absolutely salt of the
Interviews
earth.
really well.
Absolutely salt of the earth.
Okay, all
It's
right.
hard training up there. It's
I can
really
imagine.
exposed to the elements, yeah, but he does very well with this type of horse. And what is he, 3 from 3 for the yard?
Yeah.
Storm Nelson?
Yeah, and he was quite big in the betting. All right, Ryan, we're going out onto the final circuit. What's the market like? Catterson, he got a reminder before the first.
Yeah, 12.5, drifting a little. Catterson hasn't really got too much more of an advantage. Ballyandy in running is a bit shorter than he was with BSP. He's into 8.2. Tamar Bridge is around 9 to 4 on the exchange. Not much movement there with him. He seems to be travelling and jumping well. It's always a little worry that they're going into their first handicap that they'll jump at a quicker pace, but they seem to be going slow enough for him to be in his comfort zone. Another one to mention that's a little bit shorter is Pounding Poet, who seems to be travelling all right, but Cateson still takes him along with Tamar Bridge, who's sitting sixth. He's still favoured at around 9 to 4.
Yeah, that's a good point, I think, Posty, isn't it? He wouldn't be any faster than any novice races he's been in.
No, they're only going a sensible gallop. And again, round Aintree, big galloping, big wide open track, plenty of time for him to get his jumping together. But I mean, I think he's a good jumper anyway, this horse.
It's quite hard to pick out.
Quite, yes.
He's in the blue. He's in the blue, Dave. He's in the blue.
Yeah. I can't tell you, Dave, how long it took me to find Midnight River.
Have they not got the O'Neill colours up?
That's why
It's not the McNeil. No, it's not the McNeil colours. It's in the blue. It is the blue one instead of the wine sleeve.
Yeah.
All right, okay. One more to go after this, of course. We'll be back at Sandown. Benson, will you be with the Big Bear? G-Rod for Benson in the last. What a day we've had. But we are starting to warm up. And this will be the farewell race to Aintree. When's the next time we go back to Aintree? Probably not until the Grand National meeting. Okay, so that's why it's a carpet every year there. Now I can see Tamar Bridge. All right. When does he jump?
When does he jump?
You know what I mean? Go for it.
Oh, right, sorry, he's about to jump now.
There was a segue there, you see.
I think Adrian Heskin will be holding on for as long as possible, I don't think you'll see him in front until certainly after the second
What's the
last.
change of colours all about? We lost one there out the back.
14, I
switch them
think.
around with those.
Number 14, who was
think,
that? Oh, yeah, Canford
Canford
Light. Yeah, it
Light's
was
gone.
Isabel Williams. Thankfully, quick to her feet along with the horse. Now, look at Albert's back. This is a horse that always has a good race in him every season. He's starting to warm up out the back. He sends it. Aurora Thunder, the first to go. Elvis Mail out the back as well. Ballyandy maybe just losing his spot. Strawfan Jack goes inside. Now Catterson gets another wake up. Does he respond? He's had it all his own way, but they're mounting. Here comes the bridge then.
Pounding Poet also going well on the outside for Robbie
Another
Dunn.
progressive horse. Okay, wasn't great there,
No.
Tamar Bridge. Oh, he's in trouble, isn't he? The Fav, he's gone. Oh, wow.
He'll stay well.
He's still, I tell you what, the market doesn't. This is a very well handicapped horse, isn't it? Because the walk up like that, and the market seemed to know, didn't it? Still going short, but Catterson's still there. Come on, Catterson, can you still possibly do it? Elvis Mail, Hot in the Hells. Look at Pounding Poet.
Yeah, it's between these top 3 and 4 now, isn't
He's
it? The others
just
are
bunny
also
hopped it
dwindling
there,
away.
Catterson, unfortunately, and the younger legs are going to get him. Okay, he's coming back though a little bit. Elvis Mail there as well. Oh, come on, Tamar Bridge, you're filling your legs, aren't you? Is this going to be it? Pounding Poet, he's got it, has he?
Come on, Tamar Bridge.
Come on, Tamar, dig deep. Adrian
on,
Heskin,
you've got
Pounding
to
Poet
find
near
it.
side. It's going to be another bobber. It's
on.
going to be the Fav. Come on, shout him home. Natalie Green finally getting one on.
Thanks, Dave.
Come on. Oh, yes, I think
Yeah,
so.
Yeah.
I'm going to say I think so.
Do you think so? I don't know. It's tight. It's head up, head down again, is it?
Oh, look at the
I
exchange.
don't know, Ryan,
This is what
I
you get
can
here on
barely
this
see
show, the
anything.
Pounding
These are my
Poet.
eyes.
I think if I called
The
Everton
camera's
as the winner,
going
so
a
you
bit.
don't. It makes you doubt yourself. I think he just held on.
He did, yeah.
Yeah, come on, let's be
The
positive.
graduate. The graduate has won. The graduate.
104 in the photo, 107 in the
We
photo.
are waiting with
Tamar
bated breath here because this is the one that
I love
everyone's
this
on,
camera
really.
work. They just don't want to be.
This was a
on
4-1
Yeah,
shot
yeah,
when
yeah.
the markets went up. Okay, all right, so we're going to have to wait. The guys in the gallery will tell us, but we can see, of course, the market there. He's going right out of the Pounding Poet. So it was Robbie Dunn. He could have done with a Saturday winner, couldn't he? Very much so. And, of course, Adrian Heskin, the two market leaders. Sometimes it's all so simple, isn't it? Who was with it? Who's getting involved in the photo? I mean, I don't know. Big prize, Pounding Poet.
Massive price.
Tamar Bridge. So showed guts there because he missed the second
Well, I
last.
said to you, like he's that sort of character. He doesn't really do a lot
I
impressively.
think if we went back and watched it, we were animated. You weren't.
He's behind
Ryan,
the
you were
bridle.
groaning.
Yeah.
No, I just seen the slow motion going up to the line there. I thought it was tired, but the exchange doesn't think so. 104, 1 to 25 in the photo. So it looks as though, I don't know if you can see what I'm looking at. It looks as though.
Trust me, Ryan. Trust me, Ryan. Tamar Bridge won.
Yeah.
I knew it straight away.
102 now.
At least,
Like a bit of
at least one of the
confidence.
graduates has shown you in a positive light today.
I
That
thought
was
you,
a low blow, wasn't
I
it?
thought you called it well, Dave, because I'm struggling to see.
I think he
couldn't
just
see
looked
very
like he got it, and fair play to Pounding Poet. He made him work every single yard, didn't he?
Yeah.
I tell you what, as days go in this studio, we've got one more to go, of course, 3:35. This has been a cracker, hasn't it? I mean,
It's
it really
been a
has.
great day's racing, yeah.
This has been a rock and roller, right?
well. Oh, now I've got it. So
got
you
it?
do write the headlines.
I do, absolutely.
Genuinely.
Quite right, absolutely. Tamar Bridge,
Has.
have you jumped or are you sticking with the faith? I don't know, we're waiting. The longer it goes on, you know what, these things happen. We saw it on the Fighting Fifth
Yeah.
time, exactly this time last week.
You called that wrong.
I did call it wrong. I used to work in the ground world, right, and all you do is you call photo finish after photo finish after photo
Yeah,
finish.
okay, yeah.
So you do sort of get used to it.
Yeah.
And I must admit, over the years, come on, you've got to serve yourself up sometimes.
Yeah.
I sometimes look at these TV channels and go, just call it. When it's a neck and it's just like they won't do it
No.
because they don't want to be wrong.
Right.
And of course, I made a bit of a reputation of calling it, and I finally got one wrong. I did a Guy Lewis
Yeah.
and got it wrong. The judge, of course.
I'm sure people forgive you, Dave.
Well, I don't know. Maybe. You talk to my wife, please, if you don't mind, Natalie Green. She's not a forgiving person.
Tamar Bridge called the winner.
Hey, there we go. Ryan McCue there, earning his salt. Absolutely. Good stuff,
what
Ryan. You were
winner.
right. You've had a great weekend so far, man, haven't you? There you go. You really have, Ryan. It's been great to have you here. Of course, this is Barry's Mark II, shall we say. And you've worked with him now 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
Got something about him, hasn't he?
Oh, very impressive, yeah. Yeah.
You
Oh,
had
you're
to-
not going anywhere
I'm-
yet, are you? Got
I'm
one more
interested
race.
to know what the horse is behind him, the picture.
That's a
Oh,
good
yeah.
question.
Yeah.
Let's get to know
Yeah.
Ryan McCue.
Yeah, he's a low grade. He was a low grade handicapper in Ireland. We had him with Gordon Elliott and paddy enough with Keith Donoghue, and myself, him, and a couple of other friends got involved. We bought him as a young enough horse, and he was second 9 times for us, and he won twice before going over to the UK and running low grade chases. But Kenny Tom was his name.
Nice.
I don't know if you know the horse. Yeah, no, so we go to Elfone, and we just one of them syndicate horses, but I have him in the background. Yeah, so.
Unlike Marco Rossi, who came on with envoy colours behind him, didn't he? Glory Seeker. You probably support a known league football team or something, do as well. Good to see that, Ryan. It'd be great to have Ryan McCue. And we've had Barry, and we've had G-Rod, we've had Nat Green, we've had Charlie Poste. We've had Will and Dan in the studio. It feels like a good show today. Have you been loving it? Keep the feedback coming in. We absolutely adore it. So much still to come.
As long as
We
it's
nearly
nice.
we nearly had the lucky 15. We nearly done well the lucky 15 that as well. We had we'd Protectorat that won. We had Tamar Bridge, and then we'd Hill 16 as well. So it would have been nice if he'd have won.
Yeah.
We'd Salty Boy along with you. We would have got a nice few quid for the charity if that had won. So it's unfortunate the bob of the head went the wrong way with Hill 16.
Keep pounding it, but what a ride, right? A great ride, and I'm sure people have been backing him singles as well. Those that are that way inclined. One more to come then. The 8th race of the day. You've got your pecker up, haven't you, Nat Green? Because you've got one over the line. As has Poste. We will not be drawing a blank.
Thank goodness.
I've had a double so far.
What's the other one?
The
So good.
The horse of Nichols's in the London National.
The Highland Hunter
Yeah.
and
you
Tamar
did?
Bridge.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
yeah.
obviously you're
I'm on a
finishing.
treble.
You're
I'm
on
on
a
a treble.
treble.
I'm on a treble.
Right, shall we
Oh,
give?
yeah, you're
Let's give
doing
Posty the
well.
floor. Take it away, Posty.
Hudson de Grugy wins the last at
Same
Sandown.
as me.
There we go then.
Okay, I'm feeling like I need to look at Hudson de Grugy. Give me some
loves
help.
it here.
Ryan McCue. It's not going to be 3, is it?
For 5.9 on the exchange is Hudson de Grugy. Yeah, no, he's a 4-year-old. He's obviously knows how to win. He's won plenty of starts on plenty of his starts. My selection of the race is going to be Metier if Nat can have £40 win on him, please. When I went down through it, I didn't think it was the deepest of races. I don't think he's necessarily thrown in off 144. I just think around Sandown, stiff 2 mile on this sort of ground is really right up his street. He missed a couple of engagements early on in the month, or early on last month. And I have 144. I think there's a little bit of juice in the mark without being thrown in. It's not a deep race, even though there's plenty of runners in it, in my opinion. And around 4.7, what we backed him at, I think that's fair in the last. But he's not one of my stronger bets in the day.
This is a very interesting horse, Ryan, and a very interesting race with some Betfair races in mind, of course, on the 18th. That's the pre-Christmas meeting that we're covering here on the show. At Ascot is that valuable handicap hurdle. Did Buzz win it last year? He was. It might have been Buzz who won it last year. Might have been Benson even. And of course, then you go to the Betfair hurdle, don't you? This is the starting point for these type of horses. And Metier, you remember when he won the Tolworth, people were saying he'd be chucked in a Betfair hurdle. And Harry Fry went out of form. I was literally just after I interviewed him, by the way. We thought we'd put the feature show cursor on because he was flying.
It's still been a bit.
And then all the horses
missed,
started running terribly. And when he went to the Supreme, they won it straight there fresh. He was the start of the British hopes fading, wasn't he? Sinking.
Yeah.
A capitulation none before.
No.
And Metier reopposes. The form of that Tolworth is questionable, to say the least. But he won it easily, didn't he? And he's a rare flat horse, come over from Ireland, jumps well, loves the ground. Again, this could be egg on face if people don't back it.
Yeah, very much so. I mean, like he's a quality horse in a handicap, isn't he? Harry Fry, I think he has had a winner today. But, I mean, you'd still love to see him banging in a few more winners, wouldn't you? I mean, that big operation. It's been steady old slim pickings for a while now, you know?
Yes. Yeah. He slimmed it down a bit, didn't he? Sean Bowen got jigged around for some others. But he did it. I'll tell you what, he has had a good. You say that. The novices are going well, aren't they? I think he's had a couple of winners.
Lorcan Murtagh's been riding.
Ask Me Early, the Welsh national favourite, won over
today,
hurdles.
yeah.
What else? Yeah, Rioja as well. So he's that was flowing at Chepstow earlier. So it's not all doom and gloom. And when you want, if you're a trainer that just has a little barren spell, if you like, or a bad end to a season, it's the novices that you want to be winning, isn't it? Because they're obviously the future, aren't they?
Well, the future, yeah.
And he's a serious trainer, Harry Fry. We know that. I like Benson. I'm with the Bear.
Yeah.
I think he'll come on for that run at Cheltenham last time. I'm not totally sure whether Cheltenham is track. He's obviously course and distance winner here. When he won here, he beat Mr. Coffee. Do you remember that race? And he absolutely flew.
I mean, he was a big talking horse, wasn't he, Mr. Coffee?
Talk about big jumpers. He was Snow Leopard S Mark 2, wasn't it? But yeah, he's got a bit. Yeah, he's one of them. Mr. Coffee's keen, isn't he? And low, one of those horses that on the gallops probably looks incredible.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And they love him, you know. But Henderson's horse is a bit hit and miss. They're getting there now, though. As G said, as we had him on in that segment from the track, watch back the replay of Constitution Hill in the first. That was rather impressive. And Henderson, to us, called him extraordinary after the race. Yeah. And it'll be Tolworth next. And it's Michael Buckley. Great to see the Michael Buckley, Finian's Rainbow, you know. Etc. coming back.
Yeah, I'm just I'm going through some of the quotes on this Hudson de Grugy here that Gary said something like better ground would suit, but I'm just a bit confused because one of the Sandown wins was on heavy.
Yep.
So I don't see, and then soft, and then latest
Well,
on soft. So I don't really.
Sometimes connections can confuse
Better
you
ground
greatly.
seems to suit him. Yeah.
He just loves Sandown, doesn't he? That's the
Yeah,
thing.
absolutely. And I couldn't get my words out. Horses for courses. It's it's
Careful with that one.
Yeah, I know.
Careful with that one. Don't want to get tongue-tied
So
there.
you're Benson, are you?
I'm Benson. 2 for Benson then. 2 for Hudson de
2 for
Groovy.
Hudson, yeah.
And 1 for Metier. So between us, we've got the top 3 in the market.
Well, perfect. Yeah.
Happy to look. The market leaders have been doing well, haven't they? Ellen Valley is another for
Only
money,
horse to
isn't it?
beat Hudson de Groovy round Sandown.
Was
Ellen Valley.
it now?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Did it go to the Fred Winter or something like that? It did. It was 3rd, wasn't it, to Jeff Kidder?
Yeah.
I remember they tried to run it on the flat, and it hasn't really been smooth since. Probably a bit of an eye catcher, was he, on his return? Yeah, needed it. Interesting. Money for Paddy O'Brennan. Fergal O'Brien in the last. Ryan McCue.
Paddy O'Brennan.
Is that what?
It's been a long day for Dave.
He is Irish. He is Irish. So we can call him Paddy O'Brennan.
Just to confirm that he is
Dave
from Ireland.
Orton.
Yeah.
I'm due a visit soon as well. They'll be calling me Dave Orton, Dave O'Dear.
Dave Orton.
Yeah, Paddy O'Brennan. Then I do that with Rachel de Blackmore and things like that.
Rachel de Blackmore.
Rachel de Blackmore. Yeah, Henry de Blackmore.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's just because it just gets a bit intense in here sometimes, and fun enough, I don't mind talking quickly. Ryan.
Ricky Johnson, that was another
Ricky
classic.
John, that came up yesterday, thanks.
Yeah.
That was the sporting John, wasn't it? Here comes Ricky! I was like, Ricky!
I think it was round Sandown. It might have been on them D-Sapphires.
As you
Here
can
comes
tell,
Ricky
this is
Johnson.
like an end of school feel here on Racing Post Live. We are the last race, and they are down at the start.
We've all lost the plot.
So, money for Ellen Valley, Ryan McCue, unlike
just on that.
Elegant Escape, who was last seen running in a Gold Cup many moons ago.
Yeah, 120 Elegant Escape. The Jamie O'Moore horse that the guys went for in the studio was 5.2, 5.2, 5.1. Well supported, along with Metier, who strengthened it up at the end of the
That's a game you could play,
He's
isn't it?
lost it. He's lost it.
That is a game you could play. Natto Green. Charlie O Post.
Natto Green.
Natto Green.
like that.
Not Natty Green, Natto Green.
Charlie O'Posty.
Yeah, absolutely. Ryan McCue.
Charlie O'Post.
I'm looking down some of the Brian O'Hughes. Don't.
That's
I'm
better.
giggling. Harry O'Cobden. And Tom O'Brien does run in the race. All right. Okay. Where were we? Samarive. Any love for that whatsoever? Because this disappointed, didn't it, at
Bombed
Cheltenham?
out, didn't it?
Yeah.
Was that? Yeah. He disappointed. That was the October meeting, Ryan, wasn't it? I was going to say.
Yeah, it was. No, he's 10.5. Not much love for that, has to be said, Dave. Hudson de Groovy, though, is really strong at 5.0. Still in behind Metier. Benson, Graham Rodway selection, very weak, out of 7.4. Not much love for any of the outsiders. Small bit around for Miss Heritage. But it looks like Metier will go off favourite at around 7-2 on the exchange.
All right, okay. I'm looking at the chat. It's going up as well. Thanks, Ryan McCue. Really has been sterling 2 days' work. We're back every Saturday now, of course, Boxing Day, New Year's Day as well, before we go into 2022. Did you watch any of the live extra shows that we did, the Mondays?
Yes, I've been watching your Monday ones.
They were well received. They've gone quite well.
Yeah, no, it's a really nice thing to do, actually. It kind of bookends the
We
weekend.
had Paul Nichols at the start. He gave us, it was a big week for him. That went well for him. We then had Graham Rodway. I don't know why I would say he's a big guest, but he did put the cat amongst the pigeons.
Yeah.
I mean, you'd be amazed how much controversial banter people want on a Monday night. So that will be back in 2022.
Good.
We'd love to have
Something
you
good
on
to
that show.
watch, yeah.
We'll have you both on that show. That would be great. You have to be as controversial as you can.
Perfect.
And maybe we'll be poking an actual bear.
Yeah.
I mean, what the cattle prodded.
Yeah, I like what you're doing there.
Listen, this is the Racing Post. With social media, we can touch the sides others can't,
Yeah.
Cattle
Get the
prodded.
tasers out.
Get the tasers out. Careful.
That'd get the ratings up.
Absolutely, wouldn't it?
It would.
Taser the bear.
See how many times we can
I think Bob Ollinger's selection supporters would like us to do that. And we are nearly off then. Metier just about gone off favourite as far as I can see. Elegant Escape, isn't it great to see him back? Warming up perhaps for the Welsh National. Could be in this, couldn't it? And he's giving them a merry dance at the moment, along with Navajo Pass. Didn't mention him before. He had some scalps last year. Was it Bouverdare that he beat Navajo Pass at ADOC? Yeah.
Yeah.
We were in that day, weren't we? Do you remember?
Wasn't he?
You called Bouverdare an absolute good thing. And I remember...
I think I did.
They'll put some manners on you this show, won't it? Absolutely. Miss Heritage out the back. Interesting this. Bryony Frost, Paul Keeley. That was his value banker of the day. If you watched the show yesterday, what did he put up? Third time lucky. Yeah, that was unlucky. Grianatine, he was all over that, and Miss Heritage as well.
Yeah, very keen.
He's pulling for for his life, Metier, isn't he? And
Yeah.
Benson doesn't look to be enjoying life either. So with
cheating
that in
along.
mind, before we go out onto the far side, Ryan McCue, what's the market done?
Yeah, Metier, as you expected, he's taking a keen enough pull. He's out to 5.7, so he's a drifter in running. Hudson Agrugi is now with the favourite on the exchange, 4.2, so just under 130. Samarive as well has a nice sit there, about 4th or 5th on the outside for Harry Cobden. He's at the 6.2. The leader going out in the final circuit is Her de Glore. He's a big price pre-race, and he's still a big price in running. But Hudson Agrugi is now favourite, taking over from Metier, who's still racing fairly keen.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
he
got the
looks a good-
juices flowing in the,
Well, he
in the
looks in a
studio.
good posse here, doesn't he? And he just looks nice and settled. Nothing really to worry about. I mean, I can see why you'd be keen in running now on our pick, Hudson Agrugi. But Metier's still not settling down.
Her de Gloire.
Still
Her de
getting a real
Gloire.
pull.
How do I pronounce this one? They said the wind up that's putting it up
Yeah.
under Phil Armson.
Ugh, de Goire.
Her de Gloire. How many ex-French horses has David Pipe got this week running? He had about 5 in the Becher, didn't he?
Yeah, he had a big shopping trip, obviously.
Yeah, I think so, absolutely, yeah. So we'll see what this chap
So
can
who
do.
was on Miss Heritage, did you say?
Bryony.
No,
She off-
Keels, did you say?
Keels, yeah. It's a horse that I've backed her loads and loads. She started off with David Ellsworth, really good bumper horse. She absolutely thrashed the field at Catterick one day. Loves the mud.
Yeah.
It's all about settling with her, and she has settled nicely out the
Yeah.
back.
Yeah, okay, that's good.
Tom O'Brien is in last place. I was thinking to myself, as I do, imagine all the people with O next to their name. Imagine removing that.
Yeah.
So
Tom Bryan.
Tom Bryan.
Yeah,
Who else have we got in here?
that
Fergal Bryan.
Zambezi fix was a bit lit up at the start, and then
Yeah, it's not loving life,
not
is it?
loving
Elegant
life.
Escape now, badly needing it. Look at Samarive on the outside. Harry Cobden going for a double. Going really, really well indeed. Benson, all I want in 3 out if he's there in touch. Thibot, not totally done with either. Made a mess of that Navajo pass
Navajo
and
did
didn't help.
make a mess of that.
Didn't help the Grugy.
Yeah, Hudson, he's been a little bit on and off the bridle through the last sort of
This
3 or
is-
4 furlongs.
He does that,
This
though,
is
doesn't
between
he?
Metier
Metier and
does,
Samarive,
He does
this, isn't it?
that.
Benson will keep going. He hits a flat spot and he keeps going, but looks like there are some younger legs ahead of him, maybe some better treated horses. Samarive still on the bridle. Metier turning for home then. Ryan McGrew. What price?
5-2, now 2-1 Metier, but it's just he was so keen early on. You'd be just hoping that he'd get home. The pipe horse is still in front though and battling him off. He's hanging a little Metier now. He's out to 3-1 as they turn into the straight.
Has he lost his tack a little bit, Sam Twiston Davis up front? He just looked a little bit like he didn't corner well there, but no, he's got a target on his back, isn't it? This is a case of how far, isn't it? And I tell you what, we said he was gone, Zambezi fix. He's coming right back into it under Tom
And
Bryan.
Miss Heritage getting up the inside as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, Benson's doing his
Hudson
best, but
Agrugi's
he's
still
just
there
not,
as well.
not really there. Samarive, you get the feeling he's
Metier is
he wants to put
absolutely
great
warped.
jump from Samarive. Wow, he's absolutely flown that. And here comes
Metier's been pulled
Zambezi.
up.
That's
Metier's
very
been
good
pulled
from
up,
Samarive
stopped to a
there.
walk. Let's hope he's okay. First time tongue tie on the way back. Probably still breathing issues. Okay, Hudson's gone. Where's my Benson? He's just hitting that flat spot
Hudson's
again.
not-
I'll tell you what,
Hudson's
Samarive,
not-
that was a great. Oh, when he went there, Benson. Thibot, it looks like he's going to get third, but this is
over.
another
This is
one
over.
for the
They've
firm.
lost this charm,
Paul
yeah.
Nichols, what a day. He's had treble on the day at Sandown. Harry Cobden, not on Grenadine, but he was on Highland Under. He was on Samarive. This was the horse that we were expecting to see first time back. He's now 3 from 4.
Yeah.
A very good 4-year-old in the making there. Ryan McCue, when did they know? Probably from the second last?
Yeah, Samarive, travelled really well into it. Zambezi Fix, who came there, looked like he might get by come to the last, hit a low of 1.54, but couldn't obviously get by Samarive, who was much quicker at the last and quickened away. He hit a 15 in the run, Samarive, so he was obviously kind of always travelling well within himself. Metier, who loomed up before turning in, but weakened quickly and pulled up in the end, hit a low of 2.96. But Paul Nichols ends the day with a winner in Samarive. He put that disappointed enough display at Cheltenham when he was well fancied behind them from the last day. And ran out a really good winner.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it was a good winner, wasn't it?
Yeah, let's hope Metier's okay. He's got a nice big stride on him, Samarive, when he wants to sort of say, get on and pick up.
He wouldn't have many
galloped on well.
trips around easier than that, would he?
No.
Harry Cobden. Harry
Cobden.
It's been a long day.
Yeah.
Let's go to the pub, Dave.
Harry Cobden, the pub does await us, I'm glad to say.
Be interesting to see if there's a target for this horse now, wouldn't it? I mean, like, he's going to go up. What's he
Well,
going
this
to
is,
10
look,
for this?
I've said it. He goes to Ascot
Yeah.
on the 18th, and then he
Betfair
goes to
Trophy,
the.
is
It's
that-
got to be. This is the.
Well,
that's
they're
the-
all against each
And
other,
then it's the
that is so-
Betfair Hurdle, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause they're all
Two
the
very
same.
valuable, prizes given
So
by
many
our
of them go
sponsor.
to that Ascot race, don't they, in this field? So
Yes.
many of them hold all the similar horses hold the same
Yeah,
entries.
and Benson, I guess,
6
gives
to
it-
1, 6 to 1 from 20 to 1, Dave, for the Betfair Exchange trophy at Ascot, Samarive.
There you go. It's a Betfair Exchange trophy. You know, nearly.
Missed
nearly.
out.
Story of your career, isn't it?
Nearly,
Absolutely.
nearly.
Wins a Welsh national, gets around in a Becher. It's been great fun today. I'm hearing from our social team today, led by Jack Reeve out there, that Gordon Elliott has had 7 winners in Ireland today as well.
Crikey.
It was all about the Mullins team, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And we're looking forward to that tomorrow. But does Envoy Allen versus Allaho tomorrow?
Yeah, exciting, really exciting.
Yeah, the market suggests
I'm
one's
obsessed
ready,
with
one's
Allaho,
not.
though.
Are you? Yeah. It's just whether he
Cracking
might need
jumper.
his first run back, isn't it? I suppose. But
I
what
think
a
Yeah,
race
I
probably
mean,
that
look,
was.
and if Envoy Allen, it's going to be a real interesting, it's a real step up into top-notch company, isn't it?
There's a Peterborough chase tomorrow as well. The fun
Yeah.
keeps going. All Mankind, sensational form.
Skelton's, Protectorate aside of a disappointing day.
But like Danny, you bounced back. Protector, I was so impressed with that. Who are you most impressed with today? Who are you most impressed with today on the panel? Was it the sensational Ryan McCue? Great 48-hour stint, my man.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. I don't know my next date. It's probably be for a while. I'd say Barry will be back. So, hopefully the next time, whenever it is that I'm on, I can tip up a few more winners. But yeah, we had a good day in fairness the last couple of days and really enjoyed the racing. Much more quality today than it was yesterday. So, we're looking forward to tomorrow again. Ireland takes centre stage mainly with the John Durkin. It was a brilliant race. There's a few more exciting horses to run like Kilcrut and Fernie Hollow. So Gordon Elliott stole the show in Ireland today, and I say it'll be Willie Mullins tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay, exactly,
I
absolutely.
think I'm with you on that.
It's going to be some debrief next week, isn't it? Thank you, Ryan. I think Ryan will be back on the 18th when Barry, I think, is going back to Ascot. The great man will be back with us next weekend for the Racing Post Gold Cup at Cheltenham, as will Nat Green.
Oh, yeah, I'll be here, won't I, next week?
Yes, you will. I can't remember who with, but Posty, thank you for today. You're
No
going to be
problem.
back on Boxing Day.
Back on Boxing Day,
Yeah, well,
Oh,
we
good on
will
you.
get this Christmas hats on, won't we? G-Rod in the Moose.
in the Moose.
Maybe we'll dress him up like a reindeer. Who wants to see it? Get enough likes, we'll be doing it. Nat, sterling efforts.
Yes, I got it after a while.
Well done,
Remembered
because your dyscalculi didn't really come in today. It was a nervy start, but we got there in the end, didn't we? And thank goodness you've had a winner, because she'd be intolerable.
Yeah,
She'd
no,
be-
I am. I'm awful.
She'd be on the ginger wine after
on
this,
that,
trust
on
me.
that open top bus.
Yeah, thanks to the guys in the
More
gallery
wine.
as well. Jack Reeve doing the socials. What a day we've had. Thank you for watching Racing Post Live. We'll see you next Saturday.